hacked your trading cycle, right? You're still trying to understand how you can hack the mindset, how you can hack the trading psychology. We're going to have Mr. Samad come up real quick to quickly explain to us what the trading psychology is all about. Now, before I bring Mr. Samad up, Mr. Samad is a very calm man. You see, Mr. Samad, you wouldn't know that he has all this knowledge. You wouldn't know that he has 4 kids, 4 sons that he's taking care of. Mr. Samad has so much experience in the trading space. He's been trading for over 8 years now. So he's someone that can definitely give us that guidance that we need to basically hack our trading psychology so that we can get more profitable and get better at what we are doing here at Akashic. So I would like to welcome Mr. Samad to guide the community and basically just provide more guidance on the trading psychology and to get people, ready for what it is we're going to be doing next week. So make sure you have your pen, make sure you have your jotter, because you don't want to miss anything that Mr. Samad is going to be sharing in a few minutes. All right. So get your jotters, get your pen, and Mr. Samad, come and grace us with all the knowledge you've gathered over the years.
Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Yinda. How are you? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Yes,
Okay, let me just turn on my video 1 second. Okay, can you put me on the spotlight, please, Yinda, if possible, on your side? Or if I can do it, I'm not sure. I'm not really. Okay, great. That's amazing. Okay, still can't. You can hear me, okay? That's great. You can't see me. It's a bit. Oh, I don't know why you can't see me. Now you can see me. I bought this special thing that covers the camera. I'm getting used to it now. So yes, hi everyone. Thank you for coming on board. Wow, it's made so many people on the call. My name is Samad. Yes, I've been in the trading business for the last 8 years now. My background was normally to the corporate world, just working a full-time job, 40 hours a week, in the jewelry side. And I realized that there's something else out there I can maybe do on the side, and now it's become a full-time job for me. I'm a trader and also building a business as well. So what I've learned in this last 8 years is, yes, if you don't understand how to trade, and my mentor always told me you need to have a mindset, have to understand the psychology of the trading where you make losses, or you have to accept the emotional, you have to accept the losses, and so on. So I'm going to be talking a bit about a mindset to start the call today. And this mindset is going to be more into, just to get an idea, especially if you're new or you just started new in trading side, you have to understand that trading, you're not going to win every single time. Okay, you're going to make losses, you're going to make wins, you're going to have so much emotional, so much stressful, and you're making a loss or this. But once you understand how to go through and understand step by step how trading becomes an easy way of trading for you, your life is much easier. So guys, I'm just going to share my screen, and I'm just going to share my screen now. I hope you guys can see my screen. Okay, I brought this up now, so I'm gonna put it up on the big screen. It's loading onto the big screen. 1 second. Can you see my screen, guys? Is it open wide? 1 second. Oh, now. Yes. Can you see my screen? Yeah, and so basically today's topic for me is mastering trading for psychology, like I explained, the mental game behind consistent profits. All right. Well, I'll just bear in mind, I'm not into slides. I don't know how to do slides. My amazing wife, Zakia, did all the slides for me last night. So all the benefit goes to her. Okay, I'm just gonna press slides every slides. Okay, so here we go. All right, so here, if you can see this one, what is trading psychology? Can anyone put 111 on the call? Just to you can see it right. What is a trading psychology? So basically, there's three ways. The study of human emotions and mental states of trading. Okay, so it's literally saying you're gonna have emotional in trading. Impacts decisions more than strategies or indicates. All right, and you need a strong mindset. Separate successful traders from the rest. So basically, you need to have a strong mindset to trade. Okay. It's not something that you go in, oh, I want to be a trader. You join today, I want to be a trader. You have no training in the past, no educators. You must have an education on the side. This company we have, Akashes, has an amazing platform. And the mindset, you need to have the strong mindset to understand how trading can also be emotional as well. Okay, so I recommend, many other leaders recommend, once you start trading, okay, the main thing you need to understand, practice on a demo. We request every single person to practice on a demo, 3 months, 6 months. Once you understand how to use a demo, okay, that's fake money. And then switch to a live account. Again, once you make a loss on a live account, you don't receive that money back. You've lost that. So that's why we explain to people, practice on a demo account first. Okay. Next page. Just get rid of this 1 second. What's this here? Okay, great. All right. Markets are driven by emotional, fear, greed, and hope. So it's there. Emotion, yes. Fear. What is fear? Fear might say, you might be following an educator. Okay, the educator saying buy, another one's going for a sell, and you're on a buy, and you can, oh my God, why is this person going to buy? This person going to sell? Some people's got different kind of strategies. That is where people get fear. Greed is, okay, I might show you my trades. I've made $100 today, okay, in a couple of minutes. But you might say, oh, I want to do that as well. Let me try that. But you don't know in my background how many years experience I have in trading. Okay. And you want to do that same. Once you make a loss, two loss, three loss, then the emotion kicks in, the greed's coming, and you start trading so many percentage of over leverage your account. So this is called greed. And this happens to me as well before. You hope. What is hope? Hope means, oh, I'm hoping this come my direction. It's on the buy now, but I'm on the sell. I'm hoping it drops. I'm hoping it drops. News is coming now. Please make my trade drop. But that's part of the game, right? You're gonna have fear, greed, and hope. That's part of emotion. Most trading losses come from emotional decisions, not poor strategies. Exactly. So emotional again, you're making a decision. Okay, it's affecting your mind. It's not from poor strategies. Strategies mean there's so many educators on our platform, especially that teaches you different kind of strategies, how they analyze a chart. You may understand this educator, but another person may not understand this educator. They might understand another educator. Is the way you understand their strategies, or you study your own way of trading your way and stick to that strategy. If that person making you money, or you're understanding how to use your strategy and is making you money no, I won't say consistently. Every trade out there, you make a loss. But just imagine your strategy or the educator is following makes you 80% profit in a week, even 50, 60% profit in a week. That's a good amount of profit in a week. Okay. Psychology determines discipline, consistent, and risk management. This three is very important. Okay. Discipline means that you have to have a notepad near you. Okay. Write down your notes. Okay. So if you listen to educator again from the beginning, discipline is very important. You have to stick to your rules. Okay, like rules, for example, okay, if I make a loss $200 today or $100, I've had a bad day. This is my discipline. I'm not going to trade. Either I trade in the morning. My goal is to trade in the morning. If I make a loss, fine. I'm not going to trade until tomorrow morning. Or if you have your targets to trade in the afternoon. But remember, guys, the market's open 24 hours, 7 days a week if you're on crypto as well. So there's always going to be trades open, okay? Or you can close in time. There's always, if you win one today, you're going to lose one tomorrow. You're going to win one again, and then so on. So discipline is a main thing. You need to write in your book of your checklist, discipline. I'm going to do this, do this. If I make a loss, I'm not going to trade. Even if I make a win today, don't be greedy. Greed comes in. Okay, wow, I made $100 in 10 minutes. I'm gonna go in again. I'm gonna go in again. Once you start making a one loss, two loss, three loss, emotion will kicks in, the greed will kick in, and this is how people blow their account. Consistency and risk management. Consistency means and risk management means so basically, you're not over leveraging your account. If your balance is for, I don't know, $500, your lot size has to be 1% of your balance. Okay. If you're over leveraging risk management, this is where you over leverage. You're trading so many so many open trades open. Plus on that, you're over leveraging, especially the lot size on there. You're making losses, and especially if you're not putting stop loss, guys, you can blow your account within seconds if the market goes against you. Okay, and change the next screen. Oops. Okay, change. Okay, core emotions in trading. Greed, greed. I went through this already. I think greed, over trading, chasing trades. Okay, fear, missing opportunities, cutting winners early. That's true. Okay. What does that mean? Fear, missing opportunities, cutting winners early. Sometimes I do the same. I'm not gonna say that I do all the time, but sometimes I admit I do the same. Say for example, I'm on a trade with pound against the dollar. I can see the trade is an uptrend. Okay. I know it's gonna go to a level where I know it's going to hit. But sometimes I close my trades too early. I make a profit, but I close my trade early. Then I'm kicking myself. Oh my God, news just came up and it hit my target. This is what called missing opportunities, cutting winners early. Okay. Some people will kick themselves or say, oh, I should have left it running. Sometimes, you got to leave it running so that we will say the easiest way to do that. If you're in profit, profit. If you're in profit, close half your trades or modify your stop loss to break even. Then if it hits your stop loss, you haven't lost anything, you break even, or then you can hit your TP, your target. Hope, holding on to losses too long. That's another thing. So that's something that you need to understand. Holding on to your losses too long. So the way you work with this is, okay, your stop loss is 50 pips. Your TP is 50 pips. That's a 1-to-1 ratio. Okay. If you're willing to lose 50 pips, I don't know, a lot size of 0.10. Okay. That's $50. All right. So you're willing to lose $50 and your TP is 50 pips. You're willing to win 50 pips. So holding on to losers too long is not a good thing unless you're a long-term trader, which is, I would say, 3 days and onwards. But a stop loss has to be there for a reason. You have to accept, okay, there's a stop loss there. If I lose today, that's me done for today. I'm probably having a bad day, or the trade's not going my way. It's not my day. I might be busy doing this. I might be busy doing this. Families around. I'm going to carry on again tomorrow. No trading today. Regret, revenge, trading, hesitation. So revenge trading means, okay, I made this loss now. I'm going to go back in again, go back again, go back again. And then suddenly you've made more losses than winning. That's what revenge trading is. Okay. Right. Um, Common psychology pitfalls. Okay. FOMO, fear of missing out. This is something everybody has to accept. Okay. Okay. Because there's going to be trade alerts from our company every time. Okay. I mean, sometimes there'll be more trades today than tomorrow. Some people might not have time to look at their founders, but you have to remember the educators who are sending these trades out to you, they have so much experience, guys. If one person sent a trade today, say now, and you missed it, don't worry. Do not go in after half an hour, 2 hours, even though they've hit TP1, TP2, they hit the target. There will be other trades coming. So you just have to be patient. Patience is something you need to understand in trading as well. Okay. Overconfidence after wins. That's another thing. You know, you might be winning trades onwards. Okay. You like from the beginning, have a target. Okay. If you make $100 now in half an hour, you might say, oh, it's my lucky day. You're overconfident. Now you're going to think, oh, I'm going to trade again. I'm going to trade again. So then your overconfidence after winnings. Then suddenly you start making loss again. Emotion will go in, greed will go in, and everything will just, you will lose hope on your winnings. Okay. Paralysis after losses. Mm. Paralysis after losses means you just feel down when you make a loss or two. But I will say this is part of emotional again. You shouldn't get emotion in your trades. If you make a loss, done. There's another day tomorrow. Okay. Revenge trading, another thing. Impatient, you have to be impatient. Okay. Not all trade is going to hit your targets within minutes, in minutes or 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Yes, if you're trading on you're like you're a short-term trader, okay, that's fine. 5 minutes, 15 minutes, you can make a couple of pips, maximum 10 pips. But if you're a long-term trader, day trader, you have to be patient in your trading as well. Okay. Now, the rule of discipline. Stick to your trading plan. What does that mean? Stick to your trading plan. Always look at the way you are trading. Okay. So say for example, have like what do you call it? A plan that, okay, I'm putting $100 in my account today. My goal is to make 1 to 2%, 1 to 2% today. Okay. If you make 1 to 2%, let's go in between. We've made $2 today, right? Tomorrow you make another $2 of $102. So every time you're growing your account every day, you add another 1 to 3% a day. So once you hit that target, you stop trading. Stick to your trading plan. Follow your risk management rules. What is risk management rule? Lot size is a must. Stop loss is a must. Don't over leverage is a must. And make sure you put your stop loss and TP. Okay. Have this mindset that you're willing to put a stop loss there. You've calculated, if I lose this today, I'm not trading again. If I hit my target today, I am not trading today. This is what risk management rules is all about. Take only high probability setups. So what does that mean? How am I going to say that? Just there's a lot of setups out there, especially on TradingView on the platform. Have a look at it. Make sure you have setups like indicators. There's so many indicators I can go through, but once you watch the videos, you follow the videos, you follow the educators, they will give you setups, indicators on top of that. Journaling helps building accountability. So have a journal on your site. Have a journal on your site. When you're trading, for example, you trade today, or it's Saturday, say Monday you're trading. Okay, end of the day, on a Monday, what was good today? What showed you like what made you make some money today? Or if you made a loss, why did you make a loss? What was the reason you make a loss? Was it stop loss? Was it over leveraging? Was it because there was high impact news? You didn't go to the MyFX book and looked at if there's high impact news? Or did you hit your TP quick? Did you hit your TP slow? Why did it take time? Have a journal and see where you're going wrong or right and stick to that. Okay. Now, the importance of a trading plan defines extra exit rules. Define entry and exit rules. Like I said, you enter a trade, and when you're going to exit. So that comes in place, your stop loss and your take profits. Sets position, sizing, and stop losses. So that's again, how are you going to trade? Is it going to be a 1-to-1 ratio? Or a 1-to-2 ratio, or 1-to-3 ratio, so you can calculate how much you're willing to lose, how much you're willing to win. Keeps your emotional neutral. So what does that mean? It's you need to balance your emotional. Okay. So the way you can balance this, it's the same thing. If you're taking a trade in your mind, you have to understand in your mind, you have to say to yourself, I'm not going to trade emotional today. I'm just going to put my stop loss, put my TP. If I'm not trading by myself, I'm following the educators. I'm following this educator. I've seen his way he's trading. I've seen the percentage he's doing. I'm going to put the exact same stop loss, exact same TP as him, and I'm not going to over leverage with my my lot size. Okay, turns trading into a business, not a gamble. That is, guys, this is for everyone for sure. If you're taking this trading into a business, it's not for gambling, guys. Gambling, you can go to the bookies, betting shops. This platform teaches you how to trade properly and create a business around your family life, your life, the way you run your family as well. So for turns trading into business, so you just have to follow your rules, follow the rules, follow your educators, make sure you've put everything on your journal, especially grow. The easiest way is to not chase the money. Say, okay, right, I've I've put $100 now, $500, $1,000. I want to hit this target tomorrow. I want to hit 100% tomorrow. No, this is not going to work, guys. This is gambling. You have to compound your trading 1 to 2% a day. Okay. For example, you don't have to put on in a group in a chat now. Everybody knows this. If you go to the bank, you put your money in a savings account. Okay, they will give you 1 to 2% a year, maybe say 3% from your savings, right? Okay, but if you trade with your own money or funding accounts, if you have, okay, you grow your account by 1% a day. Even if you grow your account by 5% in a week, guys, that's more what the bank is going to give you in the whole year of your savings, guys. Think of it that way. Compound your account, grow it slowly, slowly. Do not gamble your tradings. Okay. What's this? Mindset shift for success. Trade probabilities, not guarantee. Okay, not guarantees. So again, nothing's guaranteed. If somebody says to you, "Oh, I can make you 100% winnings on your trades. Take my trades. Take these. Take it." Nice. That is not. Every person will make a loss somehow. Okay, even if you make 80% profit in a month, that's more. That's a lot more than what the bank's going to give you on your savings for the whole year. Even 50%. Okay, losses are part of the game. Exactly, that's what I just said. It's definitely part of the game. If I can show you your results today, somebody in a team member can show you results today. You can come in as a brand new person. Please do not expect that tomorrow you're going to make the same profit. Might be lucky 1 day, 2 days, but just remember, like myself, I've had 8 years experience. I still make a bit of loss, winnings, etc. And I'm pretty sure other team members also does as well. Focus on the process over profits. Focus on the process. The process means, you know, always study. Have this mindset. Okay, find half an hour a day. Get on the platform. Get on your educators. Watch their recording. Study something. Half an hour in the morning, half an hour in the evening, in your own time, because most of the recordings are there, right? So have a mindset that I'm gonna find a time to study this educator, to study my way I'm setting up my trading view, etc. Okay. Embrace boredom. Consistent is not exciting. Okay. So consistency is not exciting. So again, you have to be consistent with your way of trading. Okay. Tools to master your psychology. I think this is the last page, guys. I'm pretty sure. Trading journal, track decision and emotion. That's what I said. Get a journal. Okay. Meditation or mindfulness. Have some sort of mindset to yourself, and to put you in the mind before you start opening trades. breaks between trades. What is breaks between trades? Breaks between trades, it means if you're having a bad day today or bad day in the morning, have a break, refresh, understand when you've gone wrong, and start again in the afternoon, or do another thing in the morning. Can someone please? Someone's writing on the board. Positive self-talk and affirmation. Okay, always be positive. Just say, today I'm happy and so happy and grateful that today I'm going to do amazing in my trading. I'm going to hit my target 2%. Okay. Read books like Trade in the Zone by Mark Douglas. That's a very, very good book as well. Okay. And let me see. Final takeaways. Okay, this is the last one. Emotions can be eliminated, only managed. So you need to find your niche, how to eliminate your emotions. Okay. Psychology is a skill. It improves with practice. The best traders are calm, disciplined, and objective. Definitely all traders, if you're calm and disciplined, you will get further. Okay. What emotions affects your trading the most? Yeah, well, my emotion is actually I know my emotions, but your one.
Sam, you're muted. We can't hear you.
Hello, sorry, there's somebody accidentally mute me. So I'm finishing anyway. Have you ever broken your rules and why? So basically, that's another thing. If you're making losses, go back to your books, write down, have you been following your rules and why? Okay. How do you stay grounded during winning and losses streaks? So you have to ground yourself basically. You make a loss, you've been greedy, have a break, have a chill day, have a chill week, and start fresh the next day or next week. So yeah, guys, I think that's me done. Let me stop sharing my screen. Then I've been over. So yeah, guys, I hope this was very beneficial for you guys. So thank you and looking forward to see you on our next call. I'll pass it back to Yinda. Yinda, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Thank you so
Thank you.
much, Samad. I'm sure people definitely learned a thing or two with, the trading psychology, the risk management. You also recommended a book, Trading by the Zone. So guys, make sure that, you're taking time out to reflect on what was shared and definitely get that book because I've seen it suggested a few times. I've also seen Coach Rupa talk about it like a few times as well. So definitely we need to, reflect on everything that was shared, practice your trading plan, practice your risk management. These things are very important. I personally like to say if you're going to do something, make sure you're doing it to the very, very best. Make sure you're doing it very well so that you can get the best results out of it. And every single thing that Mr. Samad has shared with us today is definitely going to lead us to getting the best of what AkashX is offering, getting the best out of our trading journey. So do not take it lightly. You definitely need to follow through with every single thing that he had to say. So Mr. Samad, thank you once again for your time and for breaking it down to the community as to why the trading psychology is very important. Next up, we're going to basically go into funded traders recognition. So this month of July, we've had a lot of amazing people pass their free funded accounts. And we're just going to take some time to just recognize these people, right? They're obviously able to do this through being diligent, through following their trading plan, their risk management. And the first person we have is Flora, right? Flora has been able to pass, her first stage, her second stage, and now she's fully funded. So let's all give it up for Flora, right? I can't wait to see your payouts, your withdrawals, and all the beautiful things you're going to be doing with all the money you get from your pre-funded accounts. We also have Jean. Yeah, we have John as well. He was able to pass his account earlier in the month, July 4th. And like we say, once you pass your funded account, you need to guard your account very judiciously because you don't want to breach any rule after you've literally gone through all that process, all that journey. So Jean, congratulations on your free funded account. We wish you all the best with whatever it is you decide to do with your money. Next up, we have Victor Mbanefo. He's also been able to pass his, funded accounts with the signals, with the education, with the mentorship that he's gotten from this community. So guys, you see all these people, they don't have two heads. Like for them to be able to pass their account, you too can also pass your account. Just be diligent, follow through with everything you get, and you'll definitely be able to get to this stage pretty soon. We also have La Lilia, Laila. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. They've also been able to pass their account, so congratulations. We have, up next, we have Gloria Itoro. She's been also been able to pass their account. Next up, we have Mercy Moses. She's been also been able to pass her account. All these people, this July 21st, this was like a few days ago. So it's not like it's been past months. All these people are people that have passed their accounts this month. If we were to say, let's do everybody, we won't have enough time. So this is just people from this month. We also have Bongani, right? July 21st. They were able to pass their account as well. Now, Oin Kansala, this lady, she's also my namesake, and we're also going to be bringing her up to actually share her journey because she was able to pass 2 separate accounts on the same day. So imagine you getting 2 accounts from TradeX Mastery, you're duplicating the trades you're getting. What does that mean? More money for Oin Kansala. So we're definitely going to be bringing Oin Kansala up to basically just share her journey and how she was able to manage 2 accounts simultaneously and be able to pass it and get the result that she basically has for herself. So Oin Kansala, if you're available to please speak to the community and share with us how you are able to, handle these 2 accounts, pass it, and just give us some lessons, give us some tips, and also share your journey as well. All right. So I've asked you to unmute, so you can just unmute yourself and come up.
Good morning, everybody. I don't know, can everyone hear me?
Yes, we can, yes.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Ms. Oyedamola. Such a pleasure to meet you. It's bright and early here in Dallas, Texas. And fortunately today I decided to do online service. So that's why I'm able to join this. And I'm so grateful for the opportunity. First of all, I want to recognize my chairman, Chairman Uriel. That man is such an amazing servant leader. And, of course, I see some of my amazing leaders here. Dr. Love is here. I recognize you. Guys, honestly, I joined Akash X about 2 months and a week. Because, just counting the days, right? Because my journey and my story in joining is very, very interesting. My wonderful mentor and coach who brought me in here, Dr. Dupe Usalo, I don't know if she's here, but I also want to recognize and appreciate her for this opportunity. She and I have been, licensed life agents doing business in the financial industry. And that's how we connected and we're working together. And she just took me under her wings as a mom. And she's just, any opportunity that comes her way, she's like, let's do this. And I trust her. I trust her leadership and I trust her judgment. So I was like, Mommy, this thing right now is not really a good time for me. But one thing is, I took a bet on myself. But I'm going to tell you, passing 2 challenge accounts at the same time was because I had something driving me so hard, my children. But let me tell you, before I passed those 2 accounts, I had blown 1 account. So it wasn't like I had blown 1 account. So once I blew that first $200,000 account, it was very painful. It was so painful. And imagine blowing an account after you got that account with maybe, I don't want to say my last money, but the kind of money that you spend and it pains you so much after you lose it. So when Akash introduced the phase 2 challenge account, I was like, whoa, I really have to get in on this and try to figure out a way to get myself back on track. So that was what I did. I leveraged that special when they first launched the phase 2. So I got those accounts. I started trading very cautiously. I'm telling you, like, I was so cautious with my trading. Like, it was like any trade that I'm not absolutely sure. And that's why I really subjected myself to learning. Shout out to Wealth Hub doing this amazing learning system that we do every day. I joined that class 10 a.m. call by 4 a.m. every day. I have to get up at 3, do my morning routine prayers and things like that so I can get in the class by 4 a.m. I have been joining that class consistently because I'm like, look, I cannot afford to blow another account because I don't have some pool of money sitting somewhere to keep buying accounts. But I know that this system works. But I also wanted to pass this challenge account so that way I can finally begin to show results, because I know there are a lot of people that I can bring into this opportunity, but they want to see your results first. So that's why I was really pushing myself, because there were so many people that I really want to bring into this business, but I know that they're not going to believe me if I tell them this, because I already told them about an opportunity. They're not going to believe me if I don't show my results, if I don't show my receipts to say, oh, this has worked, I've done it, so you can do it too. So that was how I started trading the first one cautiously with a very strict trading plan. If I lose 2 trades a day, I get out of the market. As in, it doesn't even matter. Even if chairman is calling trade, everybody is hitting TP. Hey, TP1 hit. Hey, it's good. I'll just be there celebrating. Okay, good. You should be hitting me. I'm done. And then once I hit my target for the day, I also get out of the market. So it was 2 things. I lose 2, I get up. I hit my target, I get up. Every single day consistently. Because I also run multiple businesses. So that allowed me to trade without pressure. So after I lost that first account, I realized it was everything Mr. Samad was sharing. And I quickly learned the psychology of trading my first 3 or 4 weeks. I learned it very hard. I understood. I was like, okay, this is what it is. But it doesn't mean that when you get in the market, that thing called greed, no matter how God-fearing you are, trust me, greed is existing inside of every single one of us. And I saw it live. I was like, oh, Inko, you are greedy. You are greedy. You need to stop being greedy. But anyway, so once I lost that account, I became very strict with my trading plan. I became very strict with my journaling. Even on our morning call, I told everyone, I said, make sure you have your journal. So I write down everything I do, how I do it, if I miss, if I get it, if I pass, if I fail, I was writing it down. And then once I realized that I had reached halfway through the target of the first account, then my confidence was now built to start trading simultaneously on the second account. So now I started doing it because I'm like, okay, these 2 accounts are here. Let me try to do it because now I have a system. It works. I've done a type A testing, type B testing. I know which one works. So now I brought in the second one to start doing it simultaneously. If I didn't even know that they were both going to get to the goal at the same time. The first one, I did it. And once they were like, oh, congratulations. I was like, oh, good. Unfortunately, I was still in the market with the second one. So by the time I closed all of my trades that day, both of them got me to, my 2 live funded accounts the same day, which I wasn't even expecting, but to God be the glory. So it's just been a combination of different things, mentoring the community at Wealth Hub, being able to keep a strict trading plan and really holding my feet to the fire to say, I have to make this work. This is something I needed to make work for myself, to prove to myself that I could do it, number one. And then to be able to have a very strong template to help so many other people. Because for me, I want to build this business, of course, as a trader to make money every day, but as a business to help so many other people. So that was just it for me. Thank you so much, Oyindamola. It was a pleasure. Thank you for having me. Yeah, that's my story.
Thank you so much for coming up to share that and also, be an inspiration to people on here. I'm sure there are people that are also like struggling to pass their accounts. They are still on it, but coming to share with them exactly what you did and how you were able to pass it will obviously make them take notes and also start to implement as well. Enjoy your money, have fun, be good. Thank you so much once again, Oyinkansola, my namesake.
Yeah,
Bye.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. So guys, please, everything we say on here is to make sure that we're all getting the results that we all desire. Trading plan, risk management, don't be greedy, stay consistent, stay diligent. and you will definitely see the results that you need for yourself. All right. So I don't know if you have anyone here that is very, very interested in building the business. And even if you're not even interested in building the business per se, maybe you have your own personal business, but you are interested in leveraging social media to build the business and whatever business you have. Drop some fires in the chat if you guys are interested in social media in any way. Like you want to leverage social media to boost your brand, boost your business, boost anything. I want to see the people interested. So I know if I'm going to bring on someone to help you with social media, I need to see you people, let me see. Are we interested in social media? Do we need information about social media? Is it important in this day and age? Let me see. Okay. All right. I'll cut the fire. All right. So I'm going to be bringing someone that is a blue diamond leader in the academy. All right. She's a blue diamond leader in the academy. And honestly, she's a firecracker, because tell me why she's signed up to 200 personal enrollments in just this year. Please, this fire is not enough for me to bring up this lady. 200 personal enrollments in just this year. And she has been able to do that through social media. So I need you people to light up the chat a bit more for her to come and share the gems with you on how she's leveraging social media to get the results that she's been getting for herself. I need to see more fires in the chat for me to bring her up. Okay? Now, she's been on, the top 10 leaderboard every single month. So she doesn't drop off from the leaderboard. She's always on the leaderboard, top 10. Okay. And she has multiple people in her community passing the free account weekly. So she's not only bringing in people to see the opportunity, take advantage of the opportunity, her community is also getting the results that they need to get. So guys, I need to see these fire emojis in the chat. So I'm going to be bringing up Laura. She's a blue diamond leader, like I said, and she's going to be sharing with us exactly how she's been able to leverage social media, right, to boost her business, to get the results that she's getting from her business, and to do the amazing things that she's doing in this community. So Laura, if you are ready, you can come up to, share your knowledge, share your gems with the community and all of that.
Hello, thank you so much for that lovely intro, and thank you so much everyone for the comments in the chat as well. So I'm going to be sharing with you all today how to be building your businesses on social media. So put a 1 in the chat if anybody has started promoting on social media yet. If you've shared a Forex out there on social media, but you're not really getting the interest and interaction that you want, or your business has just not really started to rocket, because what I'm going to give you today will really help you to quantum link your business. And just a little bit of a background of me. My name's Laura. Obviously, I've been in a Forex now for 18 months. I've been in My Daily Choice now for nearly 2 years. And this system that I'm going to share with you not only helped me hit when it was 25K rank, so diamond, helped me hit 25K rank with personal sales, with products as well. So it can work for anything that you use within My Daily Choice. It can work with trading, it can work with products as well. But if you haven't pushed your social media yet, now is the time you can really run with it. So I'm going to share with you my screen. Could everyone let me know if you can see my slides as where it says TikTok? Oh. Yeah. Yes, amazing. Thank you, Rupert. Okay, so I build my business mainly from TikTok. TikTok gives you such an uncapped audience. So if your video goes viral on TikTok, you're not just catching your followers, you are catching everybody out there on TikTok. I've got a current video at the minute, so I'll show you. It's this one. This one's getting me a lot of comments. So I'm getting probably about 100 to 200 comments a day, people messaging me, which is generating me new leads. Not every person on TikTok is going to sign up, which is fine. Not every person is going to sign up straight away, but it's making new connections there. So I've always used my Instagram, my Facebook, and then I started using TikTok. And I find with TikTok and Facebook and Instagram, it take me a little bit longer to get conversions, have a lot of people interact with my stuff. Whereas using TikTok really quantum linked my business and got me a lot of signups in, but still continuously gets me signups. And this video, the last when I did that was probably about 4 weeks ago, maybe. And I've done 3 ever since, which still just keeps people interested there. But you don't have to be doing a lot once you establish your TikTok for you still to be getting new leads. new connections with people, and obviously having those conversations. So with your TikTok, I've dropped my handle below. Make sure your Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, you've got exactly the same name on. This is just a big tip that I give everybody, because a lot of people have different names or have accounts, say on TikTok, which is their dog's name or something like that. Just try and make it all you, your branding yourself out there on your social media to build this business. So that's my profile if anyone wanted to go and have a look. There is as well, just be careful with TikTok when you are building more, because people will try and make accounts of you. So just try and keep everything like the same as you, be active on there as well. So how you can build your business on TikTok and how you can go viral is short 7-second videos with a trending audio. You don't really need to overcomplicate it at all, but a short video, which is 7 seconds long, which has got writing on, sharing your journey or what you are making or what profits you've made, is really going to boost, and you're going to get like a lot of interaction on it. So I start a lot of mine with POV, and I'll base it off like POV, I've made X amount this week or X amount this month, from copy and pasting numbers. I never use the words trading or financial advice or anything like that. Your TikTok will just get closed instantly down. But just share it out there if it's your own results. So if you're still trying to pass your challenge account, or if you're trading on a self-funded account, then use the money that you're showing that you're making off that on your TikTok. Or if you're doing the business side and you're just building, then share that out there. My thing with Akoshex, like I absolutely love what we've got in Akoshex. We've got the best educators out there. We've got the best company out there. We've got the free accounts when people come in. Why not share it? If you're sharing it with 10 people a month, that's absolutely amazing. There's so many people that we can help with Akoshex, and the amount of people in my community as well who say hated their jobs or were struggling for money, they've passed their accounts. Like there's a lady who I've got who is a single parent, and she was like, I really need to make more money every single month to pay for, like, just to live. She makes roughly, like, obviously everyone profits vary in different days, but roughly about 100 to 200 pounds a day on her self-funded account. So that's 500 pounds minimum a week that she's making. If I didn't share a TikTok video, she wouldn't have found my social media. She wouldn't be making that. So share it out there. Like, no matter where you are on your journey at the minute, there's people who want to be making a second income. So first of all, as well, find your niche. For me, obviously, I don't have any children yet. I'm not a mom. My niche, what I market on, is like clothes. So clothes, like I'll do home interior. This is like people that I'll try and target outside of making money, and just like outfits or just day-to-day life, like having the time freedom. If you're a parent, you could really target your niche with showing that you're a parent, what you're doing, your day-to-day life with your kids, and how you're making money alongside like your normal life. So I've got like quite a few girls within my community who are mums. They share that like it's summer holidays, they're trying to make money, or if you hate your job but you're working, like showing the hustle around the 9 to 5 life that you don't like, something along those lines. So really find your niche. If you're into fitness, then you could be sharing that and showing you in the gym making money. Like, target an audience, people who are relatable to you, and it'll help you more. On TikTok as well, make sure you're doing 5 hashtags. So I always do FYP for you, earn money from home, earn money online, and also as well, like sometimes I'll drop in time freedom. Sharing these little things will massively help you out, because it's going to put you, like, boost your algorithms. And I always put a call to action on my post. So a lot of people, you need to give people direction of where and how they need to message you. People will see a post and think, oh my God, that's amazing, but not realize you're offering something out there. So I'll put on it, comment me if you'd like info. Just short and sweet at the bottom. People are going to comment then on your video. The more people you've got commenting on your video or saving a video and liking a video, it's going to boost up on TikTok For You page. And that's where you want to be. If you want in all the messages coming in every single day, then that's where you want to be. And so, like I said, like with the savable content as well, I do quite a lot of posts. So say, for example, this one here, as you can see with the 31,000 views, this was holiday outfit. So it's completely something different that is like on my profile, but it's showing outfits I've just recently ordered. People are going to save it because then they want to know where I've bought them from. And then boom, I've got a new audience of people there. So for example, if you're, I'm just going to use that as a parent side, but if you're a parent, you could say like places I've taken my kids this summer holidays, something so simple. so easy, or things to keep my kids entertained, which is gonna then get you a network of people and obviously boost your followers on your TikTok as well. So moving on, so obviously I generate the interest on TikTok. However, my Instagram is basically where I work from. So like I said, again, my profile is exactly the same. Drop like a 1 in the chat if you use Instagram. If Instagram is something that you use every single day, you're on there, like you're actually monetizing as well. Because if you're using your Instagram, your TikTok at the minute and you're just scrolling through it, we need to switch that. We need to start making your social media like a network and money making machine. I don't go on my Instagram unless I'm replying to people. Like if you're on a scroll hole, stop. Just get it, using it for speaking to people every single day and growing your network. So my Instagram, obviously this is it here. As you can see, it's very clear what I do. I do trading, I'm a leader. Like it's clear on my profile, and this is what you need to make sure you've got. If your profile photo isn't a photo of you, if you've got no photos on your grid of you, then you need to strip it all back to basics, like start again. So have a clear out, have a delete, because the more people you start speaking to on TikTok and generating the interest on here, the more people you're going to start converting and your business is going to grow. So number 1, highlights. You can have a look through mine as well, what I've got on my highlights, but I've got so many highlights packed with evidence of what we do. So if my video goes viral, I direct everyone straight to my Instagram. It's easy to talk to, and I can like give them my link to my call to watch, or I can invite them onto my weekly call that I do. But having these highlights here, if I don't reply, if they're in a different country, if they have messaged me like when I'm asleep, they can look through my highlights and see I've got so much evidence. So it's not just I'm on TikTok and I've made this video showing what money I've made. It's actually, here's the evidence. Oh, she trades, like you get free accounts. This is how you do a tap to trade. This is how you do a copy and paste signal. There's over 300 highlights that I've got there showing what we do. So if you haven't started doing highlights, if you haven't started sharing stories, start building up your stories day by day from your journey that you're having within Akashic. So if you've taken a tap to trade, for example, from John, or over the course of the week, just show how simple it is. Just approved a tap to trade from Joel. All I did was press approve. He closed off in profits. This is my profit from a tap to trade. So show the notification, show your profits, something so easy and simple like that. And then the payouts on the free past accounts, show those. So ask obviously your mentor for them. We've got loads of people's payouts every single week that's coming around. Show it. When you join Akashic, you get a free challenge account. All you need to do is make 15% profit. Once you've passed, you then can keep your profits. You can withdraw, sorry, and you get to keep 80% of the profits. But just keep being repetitive with it and stack it into your highlights. The more you've got there, the more people can see. Also, as well with your Instagram, make sure you're sharing clear content on your social media. You will get more interaction and more people following you if you've got a clear photo of you. If it's blurry, if your camera's dirty, like if your mirrors are dirty, you want to make sure everything looks so professional and clean. Like people are joining you, people are messaging you for business. So they want to see exactly who you are. They want to know, like people who follow me, like, who's Laura? What does she do? What's her life like? What does she do every single week? So you want to be showing exactly who you are. Give information on your profile as well. So if you actually go through my grid post, you can see here, these ones are like stacked ones. So that one's one of the offer that we had on. This one was when we was in Miami for the Fort Lauderdale event. And then this was what me on holiday with my friends. Like there's 3 completely different posts there, one showing work, one showing like work, and there wasn't anything too much of like join us, etc. It was just showing our whole community. And then this one's just live. So make sure you're putting a lot of photos on your social media and stacking them. Like I say, so people know exactly who you are. They want it with trading, people are very skeptical of it, obviously of it at first, because people want to get their own results. But actually, the more you're showing what we've got on here, what's going off with Akashic, people are going to join you a lot sooner. So be consistent as well of how you're sharing what we've got in Akashic. I see a lot of people, especially within my own community, do this quite a lot. And I'm like, come on, guys, you've got to be more consistent with it. Ever since I started doing Akashic 18 months ago, I've been consistent week in, week out. Like there is days where I won't post on my social media just to boost my story insights a little bit. So I'll do a day a week where it's like 24 hours. I won't post anything and then I'll come back again. But I'm consistent every single week with showing how everything works. So the trade alerts, tap to trades, showing live sessions with our educators, showing past accounts, showing the hype that's in my community, showing people that's joining. A thing that I used to do quite a lot from the beginning was as well, if somebody's joined your community and they've signed up with you, we all get a notification, we all get an email. So it says like, congratulations, you've onboarded so-and-so into your business. Take a screenshot of that and put like, getting started, locking in a new member this week, or somebody else starting with our Koshek's platform, helping to make money on their social media. Just a small little thing like that, because it's showing that you're not just sharing trading out there, like you're actually helping other people too. If you've got your own community group chat, then share it growing when it's, whether it's got 5 people in it or whether it's got 50 people in it. Just keep being consistent with it. And if you're hosting calls for people to help them through passing their accounts, etc., show it. So you want as much evidence as you possibly can. Like I said as well, share grid posts with information. So pack as much information as you can on social media. For example of this as well, another thing that I used to do in the beginning was sharing exactly how a copy and paste signal works, exactly how a trader works, because people want to start trading, but looking at a chart really confuses them. Like they'll open the chart and go, oh my God, what do I do? Be open that this used to confuse you as well. You might be 3, 6, 12 months down your journey. You understand everything now, but somebody looking from the outside doesn't understand what a pip is, doesn't understand what, like the profits, how you're making, doesn't understand anything that you're explaining because they're completely brand new. So give them as much information as you possibly can. Like I'll do a breakdown of, say if we've had a taps trade and it's closed at 100 pips, for example, I will give a breakdown of lot sizes and what profits people could have made. Obviously, make sure you are putting disclaimers on as well. Past profits don't guarantee future ones, but explaining what a pip is, so the market moving every 10 pips between, etc. This is how much profit you would have made. Give them as much information as you can, because it starts to sink in. People are like, oh my God, it's easy. Like, because what we've got here is easy. It's perfect for anyone to come in with beginner who's never traded before. They can start with the taps trades, start getting comfortable with the trade alerts. People who've got trading experience, oh my God, it is literally their best thing ever. They've got so many videos, so much education, so many amazing traders that they can learn from. So just showcase it. Another one thing as well is be yourself. So show who you are. Like I said, I covered already, but what hobbies do you have? What do you all do in your free time? You don't want to get into the loop of constantly sharing about business that you forget who you are and sharing on your social media. So I will document my day-to-day life. Some days I'll be a little bit quieter than others, not because I'm not wanting to share, it's because I'm just literally trying to like work out my followers and see what they like. But say, for example, I'll go to Pilates, I'll go to the gym, I will go out for tea, I will share this, I will document, like share little things because I've just moved into a new home, I'll share bits of that. Keep showing and sharing you and your lifestyle, because like I say, people join you. You've got to see, like, why would people want to join you? Like they want to see that you can help them basically make money. Whereas if you're sharing something, say this week, and then you don't share anything until the 3rd week in August, going to be like, well, they're not consistent, they're not trading every single day. How do I know they're going to help me with this? What are they going to bring to me? So make sure you're being consistent, but sharing your life as well. So then they can build up your trust with you, because social media is all trust. So yeah, make sure it's not just business and trading, but it's lifestyle as well. Okay, so my steps for onboarding. So switching back to TikTok, if I have a video that goes viral, obviously you can have a lot of comments and it can be intense. You can feel like you're glued to your phone, which is fine because you can overcome it. I recommend for everyone to download Wordboard, so you can basically save your messages on Wordboard and just press the button and it'll paste it onto your chat. So I send everybody exactly the same message. You can get a lot of people messaging, which is fine because this is why we do it. Obviously, you want a high interest of people, like all in one go, a huge influx, and they can help sign people up. But I work everything off systems. So it's the same message. I basically just tell them that I trade. You follow professional traders leads. You don't need any experience. Please follow my Instagram. So when they come to my Instagram, I explain to them, at the minute I'm doing a call on a Monday and a Thursday evening. I just explain I've got a call at 8 p.m. It's 15 minutes long. Don't need the camera and microphone on as well because people get nervous with that. And I'll say I'm going to be covering through our copy and paste trades, so how they work, explaining that, taps trade, the live sessions, free accounts that we get. Really push on the fact that people get given the free accounts to join, as this is a huge starting point for people in the trading world. Like, we're so affordable for people to join a Koshek. It's so cheap, like £140 for their first month, or £117 every single month after that. Or if they refer 3 people, they're getting it for free, but they get the free challenge account. And a lot of people don't want to start trading because they think, oh my God, I'm going to have to put like £500 of my own money to start making some money. They've got a challenge account there that can make as many mistakes as they can, but we're here to help them pass. So I'll explain that and bring them onto my call. I'll literally just run through the platform, explain exactly how a Coshex works. And then when people want to join, I onboard them, and I've got the same steps as well. So you need to make sure if you're having this huge influx of people coming in, give them the right information, but also as well, when they're signing up, don't just sign people up. The more you're going to help these people, the more customers you're going to get from that, and the more attention you're going to keep in your business. So as soon as somebody's onboarded you and joined you as a customer, this is now your duty to help these people through. Don't just let them get started and just leave them. Help them as much as you possibly can. And also as well, so I've got a group chat that I've got all of my community in, which is amazing. Like, we're all there to help each other. I've got people all across the world. So if I'm asleep, it's great. We've got Joel in there. He'll reply and help out because obviously the USA behind us. But also as well, people know that they can message me at any point in the day and I will reply. Like, it might take me an hour, 2 hours to reply, but I will reply. So when people sign up, get everyone set up on a demo account first. Really stress this as well with people. You don't want them blowing their free accounts. Get them set up on a demo account for 1 to 2 weeks. Find their favorite educator. We've got loads of educators in Coshex. Like, there's so many amazing educators. People should try every single educator at some point and follow them because they're all incredible. But to come in, find your favorite educator who you like trading. The first week, just take anyone's trades. They will then find their favorite educator and I'll point them in the right direction of a trading plan to watch. We've got so many educators who all trade completely different. So make sure people are aware, because you want to help these people get the best experience they can out of a Coshex. Trading plans and risk management is key, and this is what you really need to push on. So for example, if people want to follow Joel or Arabella, like, right, this is where you can find their trading plan. The next week, practice with their trading plan, and then we'll get them onto their challenge account. When people go on their challenge account, I give them a task of, because people join trading and people don't have all the time in the world when they first join, but they want to start seeing results. A really good system that I brought in for my community is making 0.5% profit a day and then walking away. So if they've got a 10K account, it's $50 a day. No, it's only $50, but if they're making $50 and they only need 15% to pass their account, it's going to take them 30 days to pass, give or take, taking a few days losses. That's not guaranteed either. Obviously, everyone's completely different, but it's going to help them compound their account a lot quicker instead of yo-yo in. Whereas if they've got a 200K account, it's $1,000 a day. And obviously, again, it'll take them 30 days to pass roughly. Doing this with my community, I think, has helped so much more, giving them a guide of, right, aim for making 0.5% a day, get off the charts and come back the next day, because people can get into a cycle of like trying to pass account, trying to compound and grow it. Whereas if they're walking away and taking that amount, they're more satisfied. And then they'll come back the next day and they'll be like, right, ready to go again. So obviously I'll help people pass their challenge account, get a payout, and then just help them keep being profitable with trading. I repeat the same things day in, day out. But yeah, that is literally my social media strategy, and it works every single time when applied. Like, I've got 4 girls doing it at the minute, trying to build their businesses. And one girl, she's nearly hit 1K within a week of doing it. So she's nearly signed up 10 people in a week of doing it. So easy when applied this, like, just share your journey and results out there. So if you're not on a funded account yet and you're learning everything still, if you want to set up a self-funded account alongside passing your challenge, there's nothing stopping you. You making £50 a week on a self-funded account is amazing. Like, that's money you've made from literally just pressing approve, copy and pasting a number, and show how easy it is. One of my friends, she got her first payout the other day, and she does like 2 jobs on the side. She's got kids, she's a single mom. She's got a first payout on her account of $700. And she messaged me, she's like, this was from 1 day of trading. And I'm like, right, stop now. Like, and also as well, be there for your community. Like, if you give them as much information and advice as you possibly can, it's only going to help them get better results. And it's only going to help grow your community more. But yeah, she got $700 from 1 day trading. She's like, this is amazing. Like, I won't make this in a week at work. So show as much information as you can. Obviously, we've got so much going off in a Coshex, so much going off in every single community. Share it out there. But yeah, I hope that was helped everybody. Obviously, I'm excited to see everyone's TikToks as well start growing, their social media start growing. but just really run with it. Like I said at the beginning, what we've got here in X, share it out there with the entire world. We can help so many people with trading and making money, and we've got the free accounts. And I will pass back to you, Yinda.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm sure everyone was able to get like one or two important things that would definitely help them with, improving their business. I was able to also learn a few things as well. So guys, trust me, social media, right? Especially if you're someone that doesn't actually like leave your house to network, you can meet 1,000, you can meet 10,000 people on social media. So like leveraging this tool is something you cannot sleep on. So thank you so much, Laura, for all the knowledge you've poured, into the community, right? It's definitely going to help a lot of people to get better and also to grow their business. All right, so we're going to move on to Mr. Uriel. We're going to move on to Mr. Uriel real quick. Mr. Uriel is also a blue diamond in the organization. He has over 500 members in his team. He's also a mindset coach, so he's really, keen on providing his community the importance of having the right mindset and also empowering people with the skill set of trading. So Mr. Uriel, please come up and share with us, what you have to share with us today.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. How are we all doing? Great to have everyone right here. Please let me know you can hear me all right. If you can hear me, can I get a 777 on the chat box? If you can hear me, can I get 777s on the chat box? Amazing, fantastic. Laura, thank you so much. That was some incredible, phenomenal information. And we're so grateful for your heart of service in sharing that. And Samad, amazing. Thank you for that on the psychology of trading. That was fantastic. Thank you so much, Rupa, Jefferson Santos, a phenomenal coach. Great to have you on this call. Oyin Damola, thanks for hosting. Fantastic. And great to have every single person, each and every one of us on this call. Super excited to be here. My name is Uriel Ezagu. They call me Chairman Uriel. That's why you can see on the chat box, everybody writing Chairman, all right? And I lead World Hub, and so grateful for what we've been able to do and accomplish, what God has allowed us to do and accomplish in this space. And we look forward to doing more. Now, I'm a mindset development coach and mentor. I mentor people on how the mind works, how to set your mind at a frequency where success becomes second nature to you. And that is possible. We're in a community that trades. I've been trading now for quite a while, since I pioneered the very first Forex education, Forex crypto education academy in Africa. I think that was 2015 or thereabout, quite a while ago. That was where the company where we started learning. Rupa was in that company with us as well. And we're grateful for the knowledge that we got there, and we've been able to apply that knowledge to move on. Now, you see, when it comes to trading, your mind plays a major role. The mindset is everything when it comes to trading. You can have all the skill set. You can be very knowledgeable about the market, but if you don't have the right mindset, you're going to keep losing money. Samad called it trading psychology. You don't have the right mindset. And that book, Trading in the Zone, by Douglas, that's an amazing book. I read that book, gone over it over and over again. And that book is fantastic. So you want to have the right mindset towards training. You want to have the right attitude towards training, all right? Towards trading. You need to know that you're not going to win every single trade. It's not possible. All right, it's not possible. You know, I was talking to my accountability partner. I was talking to her, I think that was last night, and I was saying to her that the trade setups on Friday was so lovely that I could have made over $5,000 Friday alone. I could have made over $5,000. But, you know, at some point, I became very cautious. Even when I would send out the trade signals to my group, and I would say, hold this trade to this point. You know, I think the last one was I went to get a haircut and I send out the trade signal. I say, hold this trade to hold this trade. I think that was a sell on gold. And I say, hold the trade. I said, hold the trade. I think that was to 33, I think about 33, either 33.20 or 33.8, some at about that gold was going to drop to that point. I sent that to everyone. But because I was getting a haircut, I even exited the trade. That's why somebody has helped me out. Mommy Comfort, thank you so much. 33.30. I think the actual figure was 33.8. All right, 33.8. And because I was getting a haircut, I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to exit this trade so I can drop my phone and focus on my haircut. And when I was done with my haircut, I picked up the phone and gold had even dropped way beyond that. And everybody in the group was excited. I think Samad called it, you know, cutting your trade early, and you now later discover that the trade really, really did go into profit. So the first thing you want to do as you come into a trading community, I would suggest that you find an accountability partner. I have a mentee, she's in the US. She's in the UK. She reached out to me a few days ago and she said, Chairman, because we're starting something tomorrow in our community, we're starting something that's going to blow everybody's mind. And she said, Chairman, what we're starting tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. You had Dr. Oyinda talking about it. 10 a.m. is our community time where we meet together, we trade. So she said, I'm going to fund my account with XYZ, and every day, so I'm going to send you my result. I want you to hold me accountable. So you need to get an accountability partner, someone that you can share your result with. We encourage that a whole lot in our community. You have Doctor talking about it. Get an accountability partner. Share your result with your accountability partner. Share your fears. Share your challenges. You're not going to win all the time. There will come a time, you know, when you're even scared to trade. There will come a time where you're just wondering what's going to happen. All right. So you need to have someone that holds you accountable so you also don't get overconfident. Another challenge that we have as traders is at some point we get overly confident. You know, when you win and 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 you win, and you now begin to think you are invincible. You now begin to think you're the best in the market. But the market is going to hit you. I mean, there was a period in our community that we had 3 months. 3 months, we did not lose one single trade. Straight 3 months. I'll hold those sessions by 10 a.m. I'll call out those trades. And for 3 months, we did not lose any trade. If you were in World Hub and you recall the 3 months trade win without losing any single trade, can you put a 222 on the chat box? You recall the 3 months run without losing a single trade, straight for three months. Can you put a 222 on the chat box? And, you know, we're just winning. You know the challenge with that, you get overly confident and you think you've mastered the market. Then someday the market is going to hit you, bam. And when it hits you, it's going to hit you really hard. So don't get overly confident, all right? Douglas talks about it in that book, Trading in the Zone. He also has another book called The Psychology of Trading. Don't get overly confident. When you're winning, don't get overly confident. Always approach every trade as a probability, knowing that this trade, there's no 100% guarantee on any trade, all right? You don't have 100% guarantee on any trade. Approach trading with the right mindset. Approach trading with the right psychology. Approach trading. Trading is not gambling. All right. The next challenge that most people have is that they want to become professors of trading. I was telling my accountability partner a few days ago, I think she even said it to me yesterday. She says, Chairman, I don't want to be a professor of trading, and that's my philosophy. I don't want to be a professor of trading. I don't want to know everything about trading. I just want to know enough to make profit every day. That's just all I need. I don't want to know everything about candlestick. I don't want to know everything about Fibonacci. I don't want to know everything about chart patterns. I don't want to learn everything about SMC. I just need to know enough to go into the market on a daily basis and make some profit. That is all that I need. Some people want to be professors of trading. They want to learn all the strategies in this world. I think a few weeks, last week or so, well, for about a while now in our community, every week we're learning a particular strategy. And I think last week or so, I said to the moderator, the person who moderates that session, I said, listen, we are not going it because they were talking about going, I think we're on SMC right now, and they were talking about moving to candlesticks. And I said, no, we're not moving to candlesticks. Let everybody take what they've learned, put it in the market. Go demo it. Don't put it on your live account. Put it on demo. Go practice it. Then send the result. Let's see that you are actually making progress. It's not to keep learning. We call it analysis paralysis. Analysis paralysis. You learn so much, you don't apply. Haven't you seen very educated Forex traders that are broke? Very highly knowledgeable Forex traders that are broke. They know a whole lot about the market. They can teach you all the theories about the market, but they are broke. If you've seen someone like that, put a 1 on the chat box. So please don't become a professor of trading. It's not the essence of the academy, the essence of a Cash X is not to overly educate you. Learn a lot, learn enough to earn a living. All right, learn enough to go put it into practice, put it in the market and earn money for yourself and earn money for the family. That's what's important. So you need to have that right mindset. You need to tell yourself, look, every day, this is my goal. And when I hit my goal, I want to be off the market. This is my goal. When I hit my goal, I want to be off the market. But you need to keep practicing. You need to keep sharpening your skill. You need to keep honing your skill. You need to keep getting better every single day. Every single day. We've been on a 3 days boot camp. At the end of this session, we're jumping on the 3rd day of our boot camp. We're learning, we're improving. But the essence of that knowledge is to take it, and by market open London session tomorrow morning, we put that into practice. As we get the result, thank you so much, Laura, for social media. As we get the result, we take that result and we put it out on social media. And we're not telling people, hey, I made $100 today. No, we put out the result. TP1 hit, TP2 hit. You can win here. You can change your story. You can change it doesn't matter where you are right now, all right? In terms of your finances, in terms of your income, it doesn't matter where you are. If you stay consistent with the right mental attitude, there will be days that you're down. There will be days where the market will not go your way. There will be days that the chart, everything will not go your way. There will be days that it looks as if everything is working against you. It goes with the territory. You will not win all your trade, all right? You will not win all your trade. It's like prospecting. It's not everybody that you prospect who will say yes. My mentor, Mr. David Immunity, or now Dr. David Immunity, told me that, listen, is 1 out of 10. 1 out of 10. 1 out of 10 is a numbers game. 1 out of 10. Until you keep doing 1 out of 10 and keep getting better. So you need to know that you will not win all your trades. So we call them lessons. Getting lessons in the market, it goes with the territory. It's part of it. So don't get discouraged when you lose a trade. And like Samad said, don't over leverage, all right? Because the challenge is over leveraging. Then you go blow your account. Don't over leverage, but keep sharpening your skill. Keep getting better every day. Keep acquiring the knowledge. And as you acquire the knowledge, go practice. As you acquire the knowledge, go practice. Stay with a particular knowledge. People, listen, any strategy can make you win. Any strategy that you can master. There are several strategies in the market, whether you're trading SMC, I mean, recently myself and I started learning. I'm telling you, this is the simplest strategy I've ever seen in trading. This strategy is the simplest, the easiest strategy I've ever seen in trading, and the win rate is over 99%. Once the conditions are met, over 99%. It's amazing. I've been blown away since I started learning this strategy. You can learn SMC. Some people use candle patterns. Some people use SMC. Some people use break and retest. You know, there's some there are various strategies, but any one that you learn, just master it. Master one. Master one strategy. Any strategy that you master in the market can change your life. All right, can change your finances. And as you master the market, share your story. The powerful thing about the opportunity that we have is, you know, some people don't have the resources to fund a life account, start trading life to make money. All right? Some people don't have the resources to fund a life account. That is why this opportunity is awesome. Share your story with someone. Share your story. All right? As you share that story, the company pays you residual income. Each time you know what I did? I just took my phone and I did a math. Laura has personally enrolled 200% this year. I took my phone and I said 200 times $25. And I said, wow, that's $5,000. $5,000 in income, just enrolling people. Then when I did the math, bringing her to her rank of a blue diamond, I did all the maths. I said, wow, this lady has earned nothing less than $20,000 with this activity this year. Nothing less than $20,000 with this activity this year. That is some good money that she can take $5,000 from that and she can put in her trading account. She can take $5,000 from that and she can put in her trading account. Yeah, Oyinda just told me, minus her trading profit. This is excluding her trading profit. So from that $20,000, she can take $5,000, put it in her trading account, and start growing that money on a daily basis. If she has $5,000 in her trading account, she can comfortably do $500 every day. She can comfortably do $500 every day. It's amazing. I'm telling you the truth. It's amazing. Okay, so you get in to learn. While you're learning, share your stories with others. All right. I say to people in our community, don't be a terminus. You know, a terminus, that's where everything terminates. No, be a junction. Pass it on to the other. Pass it on to someone else. Pass it on to someone else. All right. One of the sons of the wise puts it this way. He says, the things that I commit to you, he was telling his mentee Timothy. I said, the things that I commit to you, commit to faithful men, who shall in turn commit to other faithful men. So the knowledge that you're getting in Akash X, pass it on to someone, who will pass it on to someone, who will pass it on to someone. And so the story keeps growing. People keep learning. People keep getting better. All right. It's really, really amazing. All right. I'm not the one who personally enrolled a doctor. All right. But you see, when she came on, she acknowledged me. I'm not even the one who personally enrolled the person who enrolled doctor, but I just spoke with her the day she was starting. And that is how you build a community, all right? That is how you build a community. So learn to share the story. Keep it simple, stupid. Simple, stupid. Don't complicate it. Keep it simple, stupid. See, not everybody wants to buy more drugs. Not everybody wants to buy more products. I can tell you that for free. There are several products that they send to me every day. I don't even take a second look. But everybody wants to make more money. If you're on this call this afternoon and you want to make more money, put a $sign on the chat box. Everybody anywhere wants to make more money. That's a given. Everybody wants to make more money. So we have a unique opportunity that we can share with people. You're not telling them, hey, buy this product, buy. Yeah, even though we have that here, but that's not our focus. Our focus is on the digital side. Everybody, you know, wants more money. Everybody on this call, everybody on this call wants more money. So you have a very unique opportunity that you can tell somebody, what if I can show you how to make $20 a day on your phone? I mean, the project we're starting tomorrow is just helping people in the community just make $10 a day. $10 a day. That's the project we're starting tomorrow. Just make $10 a day. $10 a day. $10 a day. $10 a day. All right. It's amazing. $10 a day on $100 account. $10 a day on $100 account. And we keep doing that and compounding it. And you see the multiplier effect as we compound. So what if you go to someone and you say, listen, I can show you how to make $10 a day on your smartphone. I mean, what we have is so unique, is so incredible that once you apply it and you apply it with the right mindset, you're going to be consistently profitable. And with that being said, I want to pass it on back to Oyedamola. You can take it away. Thank you so much for this time.
Thank you so much, Mr. Uriel. Thank you so much. I'm sure you were able to, pass on some messages that would make people recheck, like, why wouldn't you want to make an impact specifically for people that are in Africa, right? For every other person, don't feel like you're left out, but specifically for people in Africa, you see what's happening in our economy. So if you can help your neighbor just to earn just an extra $10, you know how far that can go. And if you're compounding that monthly, you know how far that can go. Don't feel like, you telling someone about this opportunity might be you doing too much. You don't know where it's pinching someone. You don't know where it's hurting someone. And you don't know who's actually looking for this opportunity. So trust me, guys, the business side of this is so, so important. You're impacting lives. You're making money from impacting lives. I don't know. There's no business model that makes more sense than this, to be very honest. Like, you're helping someone and you're getting paid to help someone. So Mr. Uriel, thank you so much once again for coming to share with us, everything about trading, about mindset, and hopefully people really get the message of what we're doing here. All right. So we're going to move on to our beautiful Coach Rupa. All right, we're going to move on to our beautiful Coach Rupa. Coach Rupa, she was previously in the hospitality business, right? She had her wedding planning business and she was crushing it and doing great at it. She also has, 2 kids, and she pivoted into the trading industry and also the network marketing industry. She's been trading full-time now for 8 years, and for network marketing, she's been doing it for 13 years so far. I'm sure if she wasn't making money, to keep her family happy and whatnot, she wouldn't be in this for so long. So Coach Rupa is going to be coming up to basically share with us, how you can literally turn your doubts. Because I'm sure there's some people that are still on this call that they have some doubts, even though they are in it, they have some doubts on limiting the beliefs that's holding them back from actually achieving those results they need. Coach Rupa is here to basically break all those doubts, break all those limiting beliefs, and make you see, right, the possibility of what is happening here. So Coach Rupa, would you come up to share with the community what you have today?
Hi, thank you so much. I just want to check that you can hear me. Can you hear me okay?
Hear you. We can hear you well.
Yep, perfect. Amazing. Okay, let me just get myself on spotlight. Thank you so much again, Yinda, for that lovely intro. Just gonna get myself on spotlight. Yeah. There we go. Amazing. Wow, guys, ladies and gents, I actually have really been blown away by this call so far. The value has just been incredible. And you know what? I just want to say thank you so much to everyone who's really come up here. Remember, ladies and gents, no one is a paid speaker here. We're really just coming up here, not because we are the best at what we do, not because we know all the information and we're 100% right, but it's just because we've done a certain journey that a lot of you are now going through. And so we're simply here just to give value and information. And Uriel, I just loved your conviction, with the trading, the experience. Like, you can really hear your confidence, you can really hear your belief. And this is basically what I'm going to be speaking about today for the next 20 minutes or so, because we still have some amazing speakers coming on after me, ladies and gents. You do not want to log off this call. You do not want to take your breaks. If anything, you know, you need to just make sure a maximum people are on the call, because after myself, we have got our 2 VIPs that, you know, have basically are plugging in from the US, and we are very privileged to have them on the call. So please make sure with maximum people on this call, ladies and gents. But I'm going to crack on with my training now and exactly what I'm going to be speaking about. And this is something that I have kind of learned. I would say I've learned to understand it. I've learned to adapt to it. I've learned to adjust to it. And I've learned how to kind of help myself go from one side to another. So let me just share my screen. Okay. Everyone can see, should be able to see my screen. Okay. So as I said, this topic is doubt versus belief. So first of all, if we ask ourselves that question, okay, like doubt is an option, belief is a choice. Remember that doubt is an option, belief is a choice. Okay. What causes doubt, first of all, ladies and gents? Because I have myself been in this journey for the last, 8 years in trading, 13 years in network marketing. The first 4 years, I made hardly any money. And so I was surrounded by a lot of doubt. I was surrounded by a lot of fears, a lot of anxiety. And I had to find a way to transition from one to another. So what causes doubt? Fears, past experiences. Oh, but this is what happened to me last time. In my last company, it took me so long to get from, that rank to that rank, or how am I going to do it here in this company? Like, and you're just basically comparing what you had done before, or maybe what someone else has been through. And so these are past experiences that are still keeping you in a state of doubt, uncertainty, not having a clear picture, being a little bit unsure about if it's actually going to work, if it's actually real. Okay, and this is actually a very common thing. When you're not sure about something, you are in a state of doubt. Comparing yourself to others. Now, this is one I think everyone at some point does, whether it's trading results, whether it's building the business results, whatever it is we're talking about in life generally, you tend to compare yourself to someone else and you say, oh my God, you know what? They've done it. Like, I don't think I can do it. I'm not as good of a speaker as they are. I don't come from, sorry, I don't come from that background. Whatever you feel that you may be lacking is also holding you back, because you're now comparing yourself to somebody else. Fixation on a particular outcome. Well, when you are so hell-bent that by the end of this month, you have to be on this rank, you have to have this much in your trading account, otherwise, that's it. All right, I don't believe anymore. It didn't work. My goal didn't work. What I was really desiring, it's not working. And so because, I haven't got that result, I'm just doubting if it works altogether. Again, may sound familiar to a lot of people. Having a fixation on a particular outcome can also create doubt or keep you in a place of doubt. Okay, current circumstance. Hey, we always say, do not live in your present, live in your future. Live in your present as if you're living your future. And I never got this. And again, a coach from my previous company, he always used to ask me this question, like, do you believe? Do you believe? And I was like, and he asked me, how much out of 10, let's say my belief level at 10 is the highest, the most. He said to me one day, what is your level of belief right now from 0 to 10 that you're going to hit 25,000 a month? Like, that was, the figure that I was aiming for when I was in my last company. And we hit it, we got there, but it was a long gap. And I was seeing people, overpass me. Like they were moving quicker than me, and I was stuck in a position for a while. And I said, well, there is a little bit of doubt, and that doubt is because I've never had it before. I've never seen that kind of success before. I've never driven a car like that before. I've never lived in a house like that before. I've never had that much money in my account before. And because I was thinking about my current situation, my present state and circumstance, it was also not helping me to push forward, push past that vision ahead into actually seeing what could happen, what could be real, what is my reality. Okay, so this is really, really important, ladies and gents. Belief costs you nothing. Doubt can cost you everything. It's so important to eliminate this element of doubt. Belief costs you nothing, doubt can cost you everything. So let me go on to the next slide. Now, doubt will move you nowhere, okay? At least with belief, you have a chance. Think about it. If you're someone who's just going to stay negative, you're always going to stay in that kind of state of mind of, you guys are just, so optimistic and you need to be in reality. Let's face reality. This is the real deal. No one is ever successful at trading. No one's ever made that much money like you. If you're going to stay in this kind of state, then do you know what? You're going to have the same results. You're not going to go anywhere. So why not? Why not take a chance and say, hang on, this person has done it before. He has the same 2 eyes, 2 ears, 1 mouth, 1 nose, 1 head like me. So if he's not any different to me, why can't I do it? Like, give yourself a chance just by believing. What price are you willing to pay mentally, physically, and emotionally? What price are you willing to pay? Because everything is going to come with a sacrifice. Every success, every result, every outcome is going to come with a sacrifice. Okay, look at all the Ruby or Diamond Plus leaders or the consistent traders that you see, or these incredible people who have just passed their challenge accounts that we celebrated earlier and they're in their funded accounts. Like, if you think about how they've got the result that they have, what do you think came first? The success or the belief? Ask yourself that question. Because you cannot get the success without the belief. Belief has to be the thing that's there first. You have to have that vision. You have to have that feeling that this is for you. You're going to make it happen, and give yourself that confidence. Okay. Without this, the success will not follow. It's part of the process. It is part of the process. Okay. Start with your written goals and desires. This is the first place you need to start with. Have you written down before starting this business? Hey, just because you've registered to a CashX and MDC, it doesn't mean that you're going to get results. Just because you've registered, it doesn't mean you're going to do something great. You need to start with, what do I want? What do I desire? What do I see for myself in my life? And that is the most important question. Not when is the next trade coming out? Why isn't my tap to trade working? This one is a loss. I've taken 5 losses in a row. Like, these things are secondary if you know your goals, if you know what you desire. That's the first place you have to start. So how do you get yourself out of doubt? Now, this is the $1 million question. How to get yourself out of doubt? It's a gradual process. It's not something that happens overnight. It's not something that's just going to happen at a click of a finger. It's something that has to keep happening every single day. Keep yourself focused and around the right people, listening to the right audios, being in the right environment. This is so important. Keep yourself in the right environment, okay? Law of attraction is present. Whatever you think will happen. If you think you're going to lose, you're going to lose. If you think you're going to win, you're going to win. Hey, even if you think you're going to win and you lose, it's okay, because you're still setting a right vibration. You're just going to make more money if you can consist with the same attitude, with the right attitude. Okay? If someone can just keep admitting people, please, that's coming in, any of the co-hosts. So law of attraction, okay, it's very real. If you are in doubt, the universe will also doubt whether you should have it. Think about that. If you say to yourself, I don't think I'm going to get this, I don't think I'm going to achieve this, the universe that's listening to you is going to say, hey, I just heard you say can't achieve this, can't have this, and that's exactly what I'm going to give to you. Don't ever ask the question when. When will it happen? Why is it taking so long? Because that indicates doubt. It's never a question of when. It's a question, sorry, it's never a question of when. It's a question of it is. It is going to happen for me. Okay? So don't create that doubt. The next thing, let's see, we've got plug yourself to tell someone, sorry, plug yourself to someone you inspire to be like or look up to. And it may not be someone you personally know. It's okay. Some people say, well, you know, you've got a mentor, this person has a mentor, like I don't really have anyone, I don't really know. Hey, there's a lot of people that we follow online. There's a lot of, you know, amazing speakers, you know, that we listen to. Kevin Trudeau, we listen to Jim Rohn, we listen to Bob Proctor, we listen to so many people, Grant Cardone, Gary Vee, Eleanor Cardone, you know, Oprah Winfrey. There are so many people that you can just stay plugged into who are going to feed you with the right information, and it's going to feed the good stuff, the positivity that you need to have into your mind. Find a way to believe find a way to believe in your ideas for longer. Doubt will also outweigh belief when it comes, if not practiced. So how do you start believing in your idea for long enough? And I remember this is one of the probably the biggest challenges my husband has had in the whole process of believing and manifesting and practicing the law of attraction is he always used to say to himself and to me, why is it taking so long? Like, you know, why isn't it happening? Why hasn't it happened to us yet? And every time you ask yourself that question, you're just bringing up an element of doubt because you're asking why. You're bringing up an element of doubt. So you have to find a way to stay in the state of mind as long as possible. Hey, it's easy for anyone to just start getting a little bit shaky. Your vision is not as clear anymore. You've just experienced something. That's okay. And it's very normal. Okay. But this is what you got to do. You got to be more optimistic. If you start to doubt, immediately change your thought process so the vibrational energy doesn't stick with you for long. If you understand that the law of attraction is actually like a secondary law, right? It's a law of vibration, which is a primary law. The law of vibration is your frequency, it's your energy, it's, you know, what is coming, what is being emitted from your body. Now, if you understand the law of vibration and you know that with a little bit of doubt, it's just going to change. It's going to change your vibrational energy. If you are aware of this, then you can come out of it quicker. Like how I started making sure that when I was listening to other voices, the naysayers, the negativity, my friends, it's a scam, it's a pyramid, it's never going to happen, blah, blah, blah. Like, who do you know has actually made it work in their life? You know, when I was hearing all these things in the early parts of my career, I would say in network marketing, I had to do something. I had to create a vision board for myself. I had to surround myself with the things that I wanted to have in my life. So be like a child again. Create your vision board. Okay. Picture doing things that you've always wanted to do. Go and experience the environment and go to the places where you've always wanted to go and places where you know you've had fun and it's brought back good memories. Remember, you hold your own magic wand, okay? But you just have to wave it the right way. You just have to wave it the right way. And I'm going to share some stuff with you very quickly before I close off from this call. And I had to do a lot of digging. Okay, I had to do a lot of digging on my social media, going through family, WhatsApp groups and albums and stuff. And I was like, wow, I can't believe I've still kept these pictures after all this time. And what's more shocking, well, it shouldn't be shocking, but back then, so if you imagine, I only came into this industry in 2013. Only 2013, I understood about the law of attraction. I understood about manifestation. I started to understand about believing, okay? So this is what I want to show you. I literally did this in 2003. So 10 years before I started in the industry, I put this on this was my bedroom wall. You got a lot of you are going to laugh and you're going to be like, are you sure it's your wall and it's not your brother's room? Like, no, this is my bedroom wall. This is when I just started driving. By the way, I was very excited. I am a complete petrol head. That means I love cars. I'm very passionate. And this was my bedroom wall. I created all these pictures. And this is when I would go to a newsagent, I wouldn't buy gossip magazines. I wouldn't buy, you know, who's doing what in the soaps and all that kind of stuff. I would go straight to the auto section, to the motor section, and I would buy a magazine. I would read, and there'd be a poster in it, and I'd put it up. And I was like, wow, this is what gets my energy going. This is what makes my blood flowing. So I had this on my room back in 2003. Okay. And then this is where my belief has led me. This is where my belief has led me. So I'm going to take you through a little journey. This is not my first car. It's my second car. There's a few cars I couldn't find, you know. So this is my second car, and you can see it's a little bit kitted up. It's like a girl racer car. I told you I was crazy about cars. I kitted this up myself, had massive speakers in the boot. You could hear me literally a mile down the road, you know, twin oval exhaust. Like, I'm telling you, I was a proper tomboy. Then I went over to this Nissan 350Z convertible. Loved it. I was like, this is ideal before I have kids. And then I bought this one, which was my dream car at the time. And this is a BMW 325 convertible. Love the cream leather, the dolphin gray color. I was like, wow. But then I had this car for a year. Then I became very broke. In 2016, so I had now been in the industry for 3 years. I had made barely $1,000 in network marketing. I became very broke, and I sold this car. So I sold this car because I could not afford the petrol in there. It was too expensive. I was like, what's the point of having the car just sit outside? I've become broke. And hey, do you know what? I'm telling you that because in this industry, there will be ups and downs. In this industry, there will be days where you have to take 10 steps back before you can take 2 steps forward. You will have these moments if you're someone who's really going to go out there and give it all and you're building. But this is all part of the process. After this car, there was a little bit of gap, and then I decided I want to get a brand new Jag XE, and I love the color. Jaguar was different. I never kind of liked to drive the same kind of car, you know. Then I've gone for a Range Rover Velar, and I thought, yep, I need a bit of a high-up car. Then I've gone for Maserati Ghibli. I was like, hey, I need a different badge, you know. And this is all like me, and I'm not doing this to show off, guys. I'm doing this to show you that there is progress, to show you that there is processes. And as long as you keep that vision, this is my car today. I have a Tesla. And, you know, to show you that there is a step, there are stages in life. And this is a car that I will be purchasing. I don't know when yet, and it doesn't matter because the time is not important. It's you knowing that you will have this. This is a Range Rover Sport ultra luxury SUV, and it's absolutely incredible. Like, you can see inside, like, it's insane. This is a car I'm having. And then this is going to be my, I keep admitting people into the room, so apologies, I'm getting a little bit distracted. So, and this is going to be my weekend Mr. and Mrs. car. Ladies and gents, have a clear vision. It doesn't have to be with cars. If you're not into cars, hey, you may be into houses. So let me share with you my journey. I've been born and bred in London. My mum is from Kenya. My dad is from India. This is a house I grew up in. Very small street, you know, semi-detached, Victorian house. In fact, my parents still live there. They still have that house. My mum is so comfortable, and it's very close to the temple, which is like the biggest thing for her. I then got married, and I was like, hey, you know, I may have to move to the other side of London, but at least it's a bigger house. It's nicer. The living room's bigger. They have a garden. I never had a garden in my house. It was just concrete. It's like, how can a child play when there's no, like, you need to have a garden, right? So I kind of missed out on that growing up. We never even had a garden. Our rooms are so small. And this, we just moved into this home 2 years ago in the countryside in Bedford. You know, it's a detached home. We've got like 4 space, you know, parking space for our cars. It's countryside, it's quiet, it's safe. And I was like, this is ultimately like the dream for me. Well, the dream to where I was going, right? It's a process. It's building up. I'm not going to go from one place to another extreme. Like, I want to make sure that with what I'm doing, I can consistently see growth in my own life and in the people around me who I love and care about very much. Now, 3 months ago, ladies and gents, we just purchased a property in Dubai in Riverside. So one of the apartments, literally, this is how it's going to be built, this whole Riverside views. And we've just purchased not only one, but we've also purchased a second property, which is a 1-bedroom flat, 1-bedroom apartment in Dubai. And we bought a third property, which is also a studio apartment in the same building. And this has been my dream for so many years, to have a property abroad. I didn't know where, I didn't know when. I just kept on writing it over and over and over again. In my gratitude book, I kept on writing it. But this is the ultimate dream. This is where I'm going to go. This is a 7-bedroom home. It's in the Palm Island in Dubai. And I know how many millions it is, but I don't want to say on here. But this is where I'm going to end up. And I'm not saying it to be cocky, to be arrogant, you know, nothing like this. I know this is where I'm going to end up, because I know how clear my vision is. I know, you know, how much I really want this, and I know what else I want to do with the money that I'm receiving, and I will be receiving. So this is how you clear your doubts, ladies and gents. Create this kind of environment, okay? Create something where you can actually say, wow, I can see progress. Now, very quickly to wrap up, write down all your fears and doubts on a paper and burn it. Do that today. Okay, after the end of this call, write down all your fears, all your doubts, all the limiting beliefs that you have, everything that you think that, you know, someone's telling you no, this, that, and the other, and just burn it. And then I want you to write down also these affirmations. Okay, write it down right now. I have no fears. I will stay in a state of belief. Okay, I will stay in state of belief. I believe in myself. I believe in my dreams. I believe I'm destined for more. If it is to be, it's up to me. And it's as simple as that, ladies and gents. Whatever you think, whether good, whether bad, you're going to get exactly what you are thinking about, okay? You become what you think about most of the time. This is said by none other than Earl Nightingale, who was a mentor of Bob Proctor. If we start listening and really focusing on what these people have been saying for generations, for decades, all we've got to do is stay in that zone, stay in that vibration, and you'll also be able to achieve anything you want. I have a long way to go, but I'm so blessed for this opportunity. I'm so blessed for the company. I'm so blessed for my journey, the ups, the downs, the challenges, the dead ends. I'm grateful for all of it, because this is what helps me to pursue forward, and the vision I have around me helps me to continue going through the hardest of times. So I just want to say thank you so much for listening to that part of my call and my training, and I really hope you guys took something away from me. And I'm actually going to bring up the next speaker. Okay, so I want to say thank you to host Yinda so much for all the amazing, you know, she's just been on fire. That girl's had energy, and it's not an easy job to do. So let's first of all give it back to host Yinda for really just keeping, you know, people excited and, you know, just doing such a great job on this call today. All right, so I'm going to now bring up someone who is very near and dear to me, and in fact we have got closer since we met, or since we properly spent time together in Greece only a few months ago for our dream trips. And a lot of you guys will know who I'm talking about, but this individual, I can't even begin to tell you the experience that he's got. First of all, ladies and gents, get more people onto this call. Okay, get more people onto this call, because they need to hear from someone who's been in this industry for almost 30 years. 30 years in this industry, okay? Someone who has earned multiple 8-figure, he's an 8-figure earner, okay? He has brought in more than 3 billion in revenue. He has built teams of over 2 million people in the last, you know, 30 years that he's been building in this organization. He's produced multiple 6-figure earners, 7-figure earners in his organization, and this person travels the entire world. I'm telling you, he's living a life, you know, married, 2 beautiful boys, and someone who's really got a heart for people. He's going to say it as it is. He's going to teach you the things that he has gone through. And he's going to share his vision with us today. And this is really what we need, by someone who's a veteran, you know, network marketer, someone who's a businessman, someone who's an entrepreneur. So keep your ears open, get your notebooks and pens ready. And I'm not going to bring him on until I see loads of fire emojis. I want 777s in the chat. I want to give a lot of love for none other than my mentor, Jefferson Santos. Mr. Jefferson Santos, thank you so much. I know it's early for you guys, but thank you for your commitment. You've been on the call the whole time. So really, really appreciate you. Thank you so much, sir. Over to you.
You bet, Rupa. Thank you so much. It was great hearing you talk about, you know, doubt versus belief and all those things. And so I appreciate you doing that as well. And, you know, I was listening to, you know, kicking off with our host, you know, it's Linda, right? Or is it Yolinda? Is it Linda? Yinda. Okay. Yeah. Yinda did a great job, you know, getting everything along. And then Samad with his trading psychology, hearing Dr. O's story. And that's amazing. Passing those two challenge accounts in the same day. That's pretty cool. You know, Laura, she always does a great job with TikTok videos and just the psychology of social media and all of that. Because here's the thing, guys, with social media, that is your brand. It's who you are consistently out there, outward facing. And I know sometimes for some people, it's like, wow, man, I don't want to have to do that. Yeah, that's an extra gear that we all have to do now that social media is around and prevalent, because people don't know what they're doing. It gives people a window to peer into your life, and then you get to choose what they see, right? They don't have to see everything, but you get to choose what they see, right? So that was really important. And then Uriel, you did a great, amazing job as well, my friend. Great seeing you train. It's the first time I got to see you really train on topics, going from mindset, dipping into trading psychology, all of that. Just really appreciate that. And obviously Rupa, with your professionalism and all your knowledge about doubt versus belief and building the business. And so it's a pleasure to be with each and every one of you today. I see your energy, your love. First of all, give love and hearts and fire emojis for everybody that spoke before me today. Give them some love right now, real quick, in the chats. I want to see you light it up real quick with some hearts, with some fire emojis. Yeah, I mean, it's all about high-fiving. You know, listen, I know your camera's not on right now. My camera's on, but I'm gonna high five you. And what's so important about high-fiving yourself in the mirror, you guys have heard of Mel Robbins. I mean, she's like one of the top podcasters and, you know, authors there in business today. But you know, it's you're acknowledging yourself, and I think that's important, that you're here today investing in yourself. You're still on here investing in yourself. And I know that we've had, actually, in the Akashics community, the past 48 hours, we've had several different training Zooms. And there's no lack of information, right? And it's all of us pouring into you, but it's you going, hey, I trust and respect you to hop on and take notes. So it's mutual. The feeling's mutual. And so I always feel like when I hop in, whether it's a big training room or a small training room or a Zoom like this, I feel like it's family, because each and every one of you cares about yourself, your future, your family, your legacy, all of that, to spend time. And time, you know, that second just went by. The last 30 minutes, an hour just went by. We're never going to get it back, and we're spending it together. So, you know, I just wanted to take a couple of minutes here and share that with you. And so we're not perfect strangers. Here's what I'm going to do in my section right now is I'm going to get into a little bit of my story, but in that, share some lessons with you, because, you know, I've been in network marketing for 29 years. That sounds really crazy. I started when I was 20 years old, and I struggled for my first 9.5 years. And so I'm going to just kind of share with you, like, what was my mindset during the struggle, because if you're not making the kind of money you want to make right now, put a 1 in the chat. I'm going to put a 1 in the chat too, because we all want to make more, and that's okay. That's not greedy. It's just wanting more. Runners want faster times. Companies want more profits, right? If you have a garden, you want things to grow in the garden. Everybody wants growth. We want progress. And I think that, you know, more doesn't necessarily mean for nothing. More means it's a capacity to do things for more people and help more people, right? And the byproduct of that is you have to help people, especially in our business, right? You have to help people succeed in order for you to succeed. which I love that about our business. And so back to the story. And so my parents are from Brazil. So I have this brown skin. It looks like I speak Spanish, but I don't. Brazilians speak Portuguese. I can't speak that either, because when my parents moved over from the Brazil to the US, they only wanted to speak English. They're like, we're going to be Americans and we're going to speak English. And so they never spoke Portuguese around us because they wanted me to be like an American. So I didn't know who I was. And so I had this identity, and maybe some of us still do. Like, who are we really? And that's that's a heavy question, because when we grow up, we put a mask, like we put all these different masks on. This person didn't like us, so we acted differently, so we put a different mask on. This person didn't like us, so we put it. All of a sudden, we don't even know who we are because we put on 40 freaking masks, right? And so I'm growing up, and like when you fill out, applications for a job application or just whatever, it's like, white, black, Asian, other. Like I'm always checking other because there's no Brazilian thing or white, black, Asian, Hispanic. Guess what? Brazilians aren't Hispanic either. So I'm like, okay, what am I? And so this is how I started my life. Like, who the heck am I? And I'm trying to figure out who the heck I am. And so my parents divorced when I was 4. And so it was with my sister, my mom raising my sister and I. She had 3 jobs. So picture this. Mom has 3 jobs. She's not really around. Okay. My sister and I are kind of fending for ourselves a little bit. Now, I'm not saying that my mom really loved us. What I learned from my mom was hard work, right? She always figured out a way to put food on the table. She always figured out a way to put a gift under the tree at Christmas and a little gift for our birthdays. And so she figured it out. And I want you to write this down. Okay. And this is Maria Forleo talks about this. She says, everything is figure outable. And I learned that from my mom, that no matter how much money we didn't have, she always figured it out. And I want you to have confidence in yourself. And this is how you build confidence, is you figure things out. You take one step in front of the other, and the learning's in the doing. There was a lot of teachings here today, and there's always going to be teachings in the academy and all these things, but it comes down to you doing the thing, right? You doing the work and applying yourself and feeling uncomfortable. And I know as adults, we don't like to be seen starting small again. We don't like to be seen starting like it's that uncomfortableness. We think that was just something that happened in middle school or something that happened in high school. But guess what? As a person on this earth, if we want to learn something new, we're going to have to go through that uncomfortableness of feeling weird, right? That imposter syndrome or whatever, right? We all go through it. And so I wanted to share that because that is the beginning of how I got here today. And this is why I'm sharing this with you. So we lived in Section 8 housing, which is low income housing. I learned how to play sports from all my buddies in the apartment complex. And I started to play high school football and track. And then I got accepted to the U.S. Naval Academy, which is a prestigious college here in the U.S. Now, I'm sharing that because in 8th grade, and this is a little bit about goals, I asked my dad, because I love airplanes. I just love airplanes because my dad worked for the airlines. I'm like, what do I got to do to fly airplanes? He's like, well, you got to get straight A's. So that literally was my first goal when I was in 8th grade. If I get straight A's, I'll be able to fly airplanes. That was my first goal. And so I just locked in on that. And from that point forward, I studied, I knew this about myself. And this is one thing that's important to be aware of, what you're good at and maybe what you're not good at. For me, I'm a slow learner. Okay. I read a book. I got to go back and read the other page. I just read 2 lines. I got to go back and read the other 2 lines. Right. I'm just trying. Okay. My comprehension's a little slow. Right. So I'm like, all right. So I knew that about myself. So you know what I had to do? I had to study extra just to keep up with the average class. I would go to school early and just be there in the cafeteria because my mom had to drop me off early because she had to go to work. I'd be there at 7:30 in the morning. The school starts at like 8:15, 45 minutes, an hour by myself, just going through my books, going through my notes, like trying to learn, like just study more. And I learned that about myself. Same thing in athletics. I wasn't the fastest kid on the team. I wasn't the smartest kid in class. So what did I do? Okay. I did the extra work. I went in the weight room. I started working out extra time. And so my whole point on this thing is this forced me to become the type of person where I was aware of what I lacked and I try to do my best to make up for it. And that habit over time was a collective compounding of something where now when I got network marketing, okay, I wasn't good for 9.5 years. I want to ask you guys an honest question here. How many of you, if you struggled for 9.5 years, you would have quit? I want to see in the chat if you would have quit, because I'm going to say yes. That's what I put. Right? Yeah. So no toxic positivity. Just let's be real right here. If you struggled for 9.5 years, most of y'all would have quit. I did, at least in my head. Nobody knew that I quit. I was frustrated. Did I have frustrating days? Yeah, I had frustrating weeks and months. But you know what I did? I just put one foot in front of the other. Now, my first 2 years in network marketing, I sponsored 3 people, my first 2 years. How many of you have already got 3 customers or sponsored 3 affiliates already? Okay, give me a 1 in the chat or a yes in the chat if you've already sponsored 3 customers or 3 affiliates already. Yeah, there's a ton of you that's already done it. So you're ahead of me of when I first got started in network marketing 29 years ago. And so just because I had a lot of desire and I had a mentor doesn't mean you just add water and you're instantly successful. It took me a lot of time, and for me, extra time. And I think that's why I like to train. I think that's why I'm good at what I do. I'm good at teaching. I'm not just a good trainer, I'm a teacher. And that's one thing, if you want to build a massive organization, is you got to get good at teaching people to teach. Not just training, not just talking at people, but teaching people to teach. And a lot of that is on the job training, is showing people how it's done and doing and being the example, right? And I did that over and over, but back to the story. So I got the goal at 8th grade to go. So I got accepted to the Naval Academy. When I got out of high school, I had to get in there with scholarship. My mom didn't have any money, so I wasn't going to get, she wasn't going to pay for college, right? And so I'm at the Naval Academy. I'm playing football there, right? And we're playing, big stadiums, all the things, right? And what's crazy is we had a losing record when I was there. Okay, we lost more games than we won. But the interesting part was when I transferred out of the Naval Academy, okay, and I'll tell you what happened, okay, and this is the raw and the real. In my sophomore year at the Naval Academy, they accused me of plagiarism, copying someone else's paper or copying something out of a book, right? And I didn't do it. They got me in front of the honor board to say, blah, 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 all this investigation stuff. And they're like, well, if you admit to it, then we'll just give you probation for 6 months and you could stay. But I'm like, I didn't do it, right? And so what's funny, here's the irony about it, is in network marketing and business, you get more successful by copying the successful people, right, that are before you. But in school, I got in trouble for plagiarizing, even though I didn't do it. But it's just funny, right? So anyways, so because of that, I'm like, okay, well, how do I get out of here? Like, and this is tough because, my parents were divorced. I'm trying to make my dad proud. Okay. And now I got to call him and tell him that I'm leaving the Naval Academy. Now, I don't know if you've ever, wanted to do something for your parents. You want to make your parents proud, especially, there's any of us, whether you're a daughter or a son, you want to hear your dad and your mom, but you want to hear your dad say, I'm proud of you. That's a big, big psychological thing that every child wants to hear. And now he's proud of me because I got into this college, but now I got to tell him I got to pick up the phone and tell him I'm leaving. That was that phone weighed like 1,000 pounds. And so I did that. And now why am I like, let me pause for a second. Why am I sharing this? Because some of you are like, okay, it's courage. See, listen, we all have to muster up the courage in the moment to do the things that we don't want to do. Okay, pick up the phone, text the person, do the follow-up, share the business, right? Go to the training. I'm going to be talking about going to Rome here soon, right? For the international convention. It's doing the things that's not normal for you, but you got to exercise the courage because you don't have a lack of prospects. You have a lack of courage. And some of us need to grab our britches, pull them back up, and just jump in. And that's what we have to do, is you have to generate more courage in the moment. You don't have it all the time. You've got to generate it. So I transferred to a different university. I walked on and played football there. Now, here's a story about that. Division I college football is no joke in the United States. It's a big, big deal. And all the scholarships were passed out. So I'm literally just walking on to a Division I college football team to make the team. And so the story here is this, is I go, how do I need to ensure myself to make the team? Okay. And in business, it's like, how do you ensure yourself to master the skills to be successful, to master the skills to win the trades? You don't win them all, right? But win most of the trades, right? All those things that we were talking about earlier today. Is I started doing, there's a catalog. Some of you in the US might know. I don't know if it's in the UK or wherever it's at, but maybe it's a website. East Bay Catalog. East Bay Catalog had all these parachutes and athletic gear and all this stuff. So I got a few things out of there. And I started doing parachute workouts and sprint workouts by myself, getting prepared for such a time as this. Everything you're doing right now is preparing you for such a time as this. Every company, every project, every job, every relationship you've ever gone through, and all that learning has prepared you to this point. Okay? And so everything before this, I want you to write this down if you're taking notes, is research and development. R&D, baby. Research and development. Because now the second half of your life, the next part of your life is starting today. Okay? So everything has prepared you for such a time as this. Everything in life has prepared you to be in position right now. And so what I needed to do to make that football team, and this is a big deal, is all the scholarships are passed out. They already kind of know who's going to be playing for the season. And then old Santos walks up there and I get in, and I have to go 2 days early with the freshmen. Okay. At this point, I've been 2 years in college already. So I'm quote unquote a junior. So I'm in there. And I'm like, they got to know me. They got to know my last name. I got to get in front. So I go to all the agility drills and all that stuff. I'm going first. They know who I am within the first 30 minutes. And I don't care if I messed up the drill, because usually when you go first in a drill, if you don't know the drill, you're going to mess it up and then coach is going to yell at you. I was okay with that. But I was always the first one jumping up, because if you've ever been in a group of people and they're like, hey, who's the first one to speak? No, nobody speaks up first. It's always, well, everybody looks at each other. Okay, I'll speak, right? Or you're standing around, who's going to do this drill first? Everybody's looking around at each other. But I jumped up. I was the leader. And sometimes you have to do that. Some of you are that of your household. Okay, you are that of your team. That's why you're on this training right now. And so I jumped in. They got to know me. Like, obviously I made the team. I played. I didn't start. I wasn't a star player, but I played in Division I college football. Some of the biggest crowd we played in front of was 60,000 people. I mean, it was crazy, right? And so here's my point. You ready? The year I left TCU, that second university, they won a bowl game. Okay, so the first university I left, they won a championship. So I didn't get the ring. The second university I left, they won a championship. I didn't get that ring either. So that's 2 championship rings that I missed. And if you've ever done athletics, you want to win the trophy, you want to win the medal, you want to win the ring, right? So that sucks. So what does that say about me? I can easily say in my mind, well, I'm a bad luck charm because I went there and then when I left, they won. Or you can reframe it, because we're all adults. You can reframe your entire childhood. I reframed it and I said, I'm a foundation builder. That's what I do. I build foundations for things to launch from. That's the rewiring. And I learned that not right when I got out of college. I learned that through personal development and through network marketing by going to all these events. Because write this down, your income follows your personal growth. Your income follows your personal growth. If you want your paycheck to rise, you got to raise up your personal growth, right? And so I'm going to events by myself. I'm literally running to the front by myself with my backpack because I expected a front row seat or a second row seat, because people always come in groups and there's always like an extra seat or something. And so I jumped in there and I sat in the front or second row, and I would look at that speaker like it was a one-on-one coaching session. That's how I treated these events. And I hope you're treating this event like this right now, like this Zoom today. Okay. It's not just some Zoom that you just hop on and you're like eating Cheetos and watching TV while you're kind of one ear going on the Zoom. No, You're here with me. This is a one-on-one coaching session, and I hope you treat it that way. And that's the kind of meaning that I put into every single event I've ever been to. And so people ask me, well, Jefferson, when did you turn the corner? Well, it took me 9 to 9.5 years to turn the corner. And I don't know exactly when it was. I did everything wrong, especially when Samad was talking about trading psychology. Every one of you covered it, talked about greed or psychology or knowing when to quit. I did, when I was learning, I'm still learning how to trade. That greed factor really got me. I've blown a lot of accounts, but I'm not scared of that. I'm learning. You learn how to make baskets in basketball by missing, not by making the shot. You learn miss, bong, 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 and hit the net. Okay, in. Okay, now that's the muscle memory, right? And that's what you have to learn here. Okay, and so in 2005, I helped start a company, and that company built that went 15 years. $4 billion in revenue. My team did $3 billion, and my team was like, I don't know, almost 3 million people. It was amazing, right? Then the pandemic hit, and so I had to reinvent myself again. And just like in anything in life, how many of you put 777 in the chat if you had to reinvent yourself in the last 5 years or 10 years? Put a 777 in the chat if you had to reinvent yourself in the last 5 to 7 years. Yeah, I would hope so. Because guess what? Time moves on. Like, it is different. There's a lot of people that I know that the pandemic, we all got hit, right? Jim Rohn talks about the wind is always blowing. It depends on the set of your sail, right? I saw some people, they kept on belaboring the past. Man, I wish it was like the past or whatever. We were doing this, we were doing that, but they would never look forward. And then there's people that they had PTSD of the past, post-traumatic syndrome, and that's a real thing, right? But there's another psychological term called PTG, post-traumatic growth, PTG. And there's some of you that are on here right now that you start to look back at your life and you grew through a divorce, you grew through a major trauma, something in your family, maybe somebody passing away, maybe losing a big job, or your company being closed down or something like that. That's a big trauma, but you've grown through it. That's called PTG. And you know what? You're a general at stripes. You know what I'm saying? So that's who you are. You're a general at stripes. And so I'm not hoping that on you, but you're not really in business until you've been slammed to the pavement, and then you get back up, you wipe your mouth off, and then just keep on trucking, because there's a lot of us that have done that. And so I've had to reinvent myself. And so my point is this, is I was able to find MDC, okay, almost 3 years ago, 2.5, 3 years ago. And it was crazy because what I had to do is I had to start over from scratch. And I knew some relationships through the industry. And this is why it's so important to continue to build relationships. Every relationship matures at different points. Some people become fast friends right away. Sometimes it takes a few months or a few years to really build a relationship with somebody, right? And so for me, network marketing, I've learned to build relationships. I'm an introvert by nature. Like, I recharge by myself. I'd rather just hang out by myself. I'm okay, reading a book by myself, but I've learned to be an ambivert or an extrovert when I need to. Why? Because in order to build a business, in order to build a team, you got to talk to people. You got to build relationship. You've got to be genuinely interested in other people, right? I had to learn that, because I don't know what was wrong with me. I thought, well, maybe people don't want to hear what I want to say. Whatever. I don't even know who I am. I don't speak Portuguese. I don't speak Spanish. I'm a brown, whatever, all these things, right? Going through my head. Maybe things going through your head, right? But I had to reach out my hand and say hi and say, hello, what's your name? And that's a muscle you have to exercise, and you got to get really good at that, because, Tony Robbins taught this a long, long time ago, is, people are motivated by two different things, either pain or pleasure. And the thing is, if everybody was motivated by pleasure and you wanted a Ferrari and you don't have a Ferrari, why don't you have the Ferrari, right? What's really most effective is the motivation by pain. For example, let's say you have a term paper. You have a big paper due next Monday, at school, right? And what happens is for most people, not you, but maybe for most people, what they do is they go, well, dude, I don't want to pain is like writing the paper. So I want to have fun. So I just want to, party, have fun, hang out with my friends. But here's what happens. The night before the paper is due, what happens? You link pain to getting a failing grade. So that's what motivates you to write the paper, because instead of you linked pain to doing the paper because you wanted to have fun, but all of a sudden now you're linking pain to getting a failing grade. So that motivates you to do the paper the night before, pull an all-nighter, finish the paper, get it done. And that's how most people operate. They operate like a not like a crock pot, but like a boiling. They wait till it's boiling and it's like, okay, now I got to move, right? And so I think it's so important right now that you figure out a way for you to link pain to not doing the thing. So here's my point. Here we go. Here's what I did. I go, if I don't talk to people, then I don't build a relationship. If I don't build a relationship, I don't build a friendship. If I can't do that, I can't let them know about what I'm doing and maybe prospect them. Okay. If I don't prospect them, I can't do a presentation. I can't make a sale. If I can't make a sale, then I don't make any money. If I don't make any money, then I'm going to go broke. If I go broke, I'm going to starve and then I'm going to die. Well, that was motivational, Jefferson. That's how I link pain to talking to people. If I don't freaking talk to people, I'm going to die. I'm going to starve. My family's going to starve. I'm not going to be able to be the kind of person that I want to be if I don't just get over myself and go talk to people. And that's what you have to do. You got to get over yourself. If you are scared, or if you are nervous, or if you are like, what about, it's because you're on the throne. You're sitting on the throne. You need to get yourself off the throne and make it about other people. And that's what had to get hammered into my brain. And that's what turned the corner for me. Until I got myself off the throne, until I stopped making it about me, what I looked like, what I didn't look like, what I was dressed as, what language I could speak or not speak, whether I knew the information or not, it didn't matter. It was about them and about finding out what they want, their needs, strengths, and goals, and connecting them with a leader that wasn't me, or a third party that wasn't me, to relay the information and let them make a decision. And guess what? I knew I couldn't control their decision, but I knew I could control the exposures and the amount of people that I can talk to every single day, every single hour, every single month. And that's all you have control over, is what you do, not what they decide. Okay. But what I learned how to do is I did my best to put it in the best light, to put it in the best position, to get them in the right mindset to want to listen to the information. Right. And how do you do that? I'm running out of time here, so I'm going to have to wrap up. But that'll have to be for another training, a prospecting training or whatever. Maybe we'll do some of that. And there's a lot of prospecting training we already have recorded already, but it's about getting in a relationship. And when you find out their needs, strengths, and goals, you can easily show them how Akashics or MDC can help them achieve those goals. And that's really all it is. You're a connector. That's all. You're not a salesperson. You're just a connector. You're a leader showing people a way, right? And so as I wrap up here, I want to show you a couple things. I mentioned Rome earlier. Okay. Let me see, share sound. Boom. Okay. So there we go. All right. So we got Rome coming up, right? And it's $99. Now, I love Rome. I love Italy. My favorite place to travel to is Italy. Best food ever. Okay. Somebody can argue with that, but I love Italy. I think everybody loves pizza. That's not just the only Italian food out there, right? But it is a beautiful place. But what you're going to experience here is something that you've never experienced. If you've never been to Rome, that's one thing, right? Rubbing elbows with the leaders, that's another thing. Rank promotions, recognition. There's going to be new product launches. There's going to be conversations in the hallway that maybe you've never had with anybody before, right? Let me escape out of here. Hold on a second. All right. I got another little clip I want to show you here in a second as I wrap up. And so there's so many things that you're going to learn here at the event. Okay. One of the things I think that's important is you're going to learn how it's done. See, there's layers to this. There's levels to this. And when you're there with your team in Rome and you're learning from a certain speaker, or a certain trainer or whatever, something's kind of discussed, and all of a sudden you get with your team on a break, or you're having lunch together and you start discussing, and all of a sudden, well, what do I mean about that? Let's unpack that. And all of a sudden, boom, the penny drops. You're like, whoa, wait a second. You've heard it like 4 or 5 times, but somehow you finally got it. Maybe your upline has told you 4 or 5 times, but so-and-so on stage said it and you got it a different way. But you're not going to know what you're going to get unless you don't go. Does that make sense? So earlier, remember I talked about how the meaning I put on these events, and that's what got me through. I would not be here today if it weren't for events. It was the oxygen that got me then another 30 days, another 60 days, another 90 days, right? There's some of you that you want to learn how to make more money. You're going to learn that there. There's some of you that are driven by helping people and teaching people and showing them the way. You're going to learn how to do that there. There's some of you that you're driven by fun because you love the community and the relationship part of it. You're going to get a ton of that over there, right? And then there's some of you that you want the tactics, you want the step-by-steps, you want the methodologies. You're going to get that there. And so I don't know what part of that event you want to miss, but I would register right now. Your $99 ticket to Rome, book it, figure out a way to get there, planes, trains, automobiles, carpool, whatever you got to do. But I would make sure you're there and get your face in the place. All right. And so that is one thing I wanted to cover there, but there's something else that I wanted to share with you. Okay. This is a video. You might have seen this before, maybe on social media. I showed this like 5 years ago or 4 or 5 years ago in a training. And I want you to see this again. Okay. This is the richest man in the world, okay? He started SpaceX. He's founded PayPal. He's got the Boring Company. He's got Grok 4, who's kicking the pants off of all the AIs out there. I just want you to hear from this. Even Elon Musk has gone through frustrating times and had doubters against him. And so we all have it, all right? So check this out. I'm going to minimize my camera here so you guys can see this real quick. I got my sound on. Here we go.
People who've been in the rocketry business for decades, who say about you that you don't know what you don't know.
Well, I suppose that's true of anyone. How can anyone know what they don't know? But
when critics say you can't do this, your answer to them is,
we've done it.
You know, there are American heroes who don't like this idea. Neil Armstrong, Gene Cernan have both testified against commercial spaceflight and the way that you're developing it, and I wonder what you think of that.
I was very sad to see that, because those guys are, those guys are heroes of mine, so it's really tough. You know, I wish they would come and visit and see the hardware that we're doing here, and I think that would change their mind.
They inspired you to do this, didn't they?
Yes.
And to see them casting stones in your direction.
It's difficult.
Did you expect them to cheer you on?
So they're hoping they would.
What are you trying to prove to them?
What I'm trying to do is to make a significant difference in spaceflight and help make spaceflight accessible to almost anyone. And I would hope for as much support in that direction as we can receive.
It's so powerful. You know, I'm going to turn my camera back on. I mean, just hearing that from the guy who's done so much. He's solving problems out there, and he's like, why are you doing this? He wants to help people. He wants to make a better way of life, just like you. You want to make a better way of life for yourself and your family, but you're also making a better way of life for other people. And so why is the network marketing aspect of this so important? It's because it's not just about you, it's about others. It's about the ripple effect that you get to impact people's lives by just opening your mouth and saying, hey, check out what I'm doing, right? They can decide to do it or not. There's no blood on your hands whether they do it or not. But if they do it, right, you have this responsibility to help them, but you can't do it for them, right? You can lead them to a training like this. You can lead them to the events, right? But they got to go do the work. And I've just done it longer, and I've just gotten more rejection than you. That's the only difference between you and I, is I've done it longer Okay, so time, and then I've gotten more rejection. Just like, Babe Ruth is the home run king. He's also the strikeout king in baseball, U.S. baseball, right? So he's got more strikeouts than everybody else, right? I've probably got more no's than most people in the world because I talk to the most people, but I also got a lot of signups. And then some of those signups said, I believe in this. I'm going to go do it. And some people signed up for a week and quit. Some people a month, a year, or whatever, and they quit. But here's the deal. That's not on me. That's on them. That's their lack of thinking, right? There's one last thing I want to share with you here, and then I'll hand it back to Rupa. Being a few steps behind doesn't necessarily mean failure. Sometimes God is preparing you for a great launch. Listen, it doesn't matter where you're at right now. It matters where you're going. Remember earlier, I talked about everything leading up to this point is research and development to prepare you for your second half of life and your second half of the business. All right. And so I know Rupa was talking about, comparing yourself to other people. I have a little nuance on that. And it does eat your lunch when you compare yourself to other people. But also, I would say compare yourself to others carefully. Because if you use it to inspire, she mentioned that too, use it to inspire, that's a good way to comparing, right? Versus what you don't have and see that they have what you don't have. All right. And so all I know is this, you're here today for a reason. You've done all the work up until this point for a reason. You've learned new information for all our tremendous trainers today for a reason. Now it's time to put it into action. It's time to level up your courage another gear. Because look, we are in the first month of the second, we're finishing the first month of the second half of the year. Okay. 2025 is already in the second half and the clock is ticking right now. So if you're not happy with the first half, guess what? You get to change that for yourself. All right. So I appreciate each and every one of you. You guys are amazing. Rupa, I'm going to hand it back to you because I can't wait to hear from Arabella and the rest of the event here. So back to you, Rupa. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Ladies and gents, we got to put some fire emojis for Mr. Jefferson Santos. Like, he shared so much of his past from growing up to what has got him to where he is today. So many valuable lessons in that last 30 minutes or so. And yes, ladies and gents, Rome, honestly, don't think about how am I going to get there? How am I going to take time off work? How am I going to organize kids? How am I going to, hey, I have the same kind of challenges as everyone else. Believe me, I have a family of 6 to look after. For me, the how does not matter. It's why I need to be in Rome, why I need to take my people there, why I need to be in the right environment and talk to successful people who have the results that I want, why I need to place myself in that proximity. I'm telling you, you go into a single event like this can change everything. And it's Europe. Hey, if you're in the UK, you're in Europe, neighboring countries, like, there is no excuse. Okay, there's people flying from all over the world to get down there. I bought my ticket already. I'm going. I made the decision. I wasn't thinking about it. As soon as I heard, I said, I have decided I'm going to be there. I will work out all the other logistics later, but I've decided I'm going to be there. If you're in my group, you're going to be there. Let me know. Personally message me. We're going to add you in a group and we're going to make sure that we go there and we rock the stadium and we're going to really light up the place and show our presence as a team, as a part of the UK or Nigeria, like wherever we are from. Together as unity, we are going to rock up the place. So thank you so much again, Jefferson, for sharing all that information. Without further ado, I have already spoken way more than I should have. I cannot wait. This is personally my first time I'm even introducing this individual, but she is a huge inspiration to me. And I thought to myself, my God, when I first saw her speak and I heard her background, I was like, 20 years old. I'm not going to say 20 years old, 20 years young. She's 20 years young. What was I doing at the age of 20? You guys don't even want to know. Like, it's insane. We're like in two worlds. Like, this individual is going to be relaxing on a beach for the rest of her life somewhere in the next couple of years and done. Like, she's such a huge inspiration, and so many of you guys are already following her. She's someone who's a multiple 6-figure earner in this industry, which she has only been in for the last 3 years, by the way. So she started at a young age, is now 20, And she has helped hundreds and hundreds of people to become successful in this journey. And that's what it's all about. For me, I love her. I respect her so much because I know how much impact she's making to people all over the world. It's impact over income for her every single time. And I cannot wait to listen from her. We've said the very, very best. And I know you guys have all been waiting for her to come on the call. And by the way, apologies. She's 8 hours behind us, guys. Let me just tell you that much. She's 8 hours behind us. So I said to her, hey, we start at 2 p.m. UK time. She was like, girl, that is 6 p.m. my time. I'm like, hey, I'm not getting you up before that time, you know, like on a Sunday morning, but it's still early for her. And let's just show some love. Let's show appreciation that she has got up early. She's committed. You know, she's someone who is a blue diamond within this company as well. So it means she's already got 500 people in her team all over the world that she's helping and supporting. And without further ado, welcome on none other than Miss Arabella Angelis. Are you on there? I can't even see you. Where are you, God?
Can you
I'm
hear
trying
me?
to find you. Oh,
Okay,
there you
here.
are.
Let me
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
thank
Hello,
you.
thank you so much for that introduction, Rupa. And what an incredible lineup of speakers. Like, I came on here pretty late, but the value that you even just got here from Jefferson was incredible. I can't believe you guys have been on this call for hours. I'm jealous. I wish I was here. I'm so excited to be here with you guys because I don't want to treat this kind of like another call. I really want to have a heart to heart with you guys because I want to talk about something that makes or breaks everything we're trying to do here, which is going to be our mindset, right? You see, products are important, systems are important, but your guys' mindset, that's your guys' engine. That's the foundation, that's the heartbeat of your guys' business because this business doesn't just require effort, it requires a lot of growth mentally, emotionally, spiritually, right? Because you can't build a powerful business without a powerful mind. So I want to just quickly reintroduce myself, okay? For those who might not know me, my name is Arabella. I am a Blue Diamond. I'm an Akashics educator, and I started this when I was 17 years old, okay? I don't even think I met the age limit to actually start this business, to start trading. But in order for me to get to the position that I'm in today is I needed to be resilient. I needed to be authentic. I had to be the product of the product, and I needed to learn discipline, consistency, and I needed to learn leadership, but most importantly, how to lead by example, right? I needed to understand that there were going to be highs and lows and everything in between. And most importantly, I had to understand the absolute power of getting in the rooms and really building a community, right? So the very first thing I wanted to talk to you guys is about resilience. It's not about your guys' setbacks, but it's about your guys' comebacks because yes, let's get real. This business isn't easy, but it wasn't meant to be easy. You will hear no. You will have a lot of people watch your stories for weeks and then join somebody else. You'll get excited about a team member who ghosts you a week later. You'll run a promotion that nobody signs up for. You'll cry in frustration, wondering, why is it taking so long? But I need you guys to know that that is normal. It's not a sign that you guys are failing. It's a sign that you guys are on a path. Resilience is going to be your guys' superpower. That's your guys' inner strength, right? Resilience is doing the work, showing up, and building your vision even when it feels like no one is watching you guys. You will get knocked down, but you have to understand it's getting knocked down and deciding you're getting back up one more time every single time. Because the people who win in this business are not the most talented, but they are the most resilient because they know it takes a lot of work. And you guys, make sure you're being authentic. People connect to real and not perfect because here's the truth. People don't join perfection, they join relatively. Oh my gosh, sorry guys. They have to relate to you, okay? My accent's coming out. You don't need to have it all together. You don't need to have a six-figure story right now. You don't need to be a polished influencer with professional lighting. You guys just need to be you. People can feel the fake from a mile away, and they can feel authenticity even when it's a 15-second story. So stop trying to be what you think people want you guys to see and be who you are. Okay? Be honest about your guys' journey. Be honest about the hard days. Show the wins, show the losses. Let people fall in love with your guys' honesty, because trust leads to connection and connection leads to conversion, you guys. And I remember talking about this in Florida, and I really want to talk about it here with you guys. Is I talked about how you have to learn who you are and unlearn who they told you to be. Because starting this business, starting this journey at such a young age, I've heard so many things, right? I heard about the traditional way, going to school again for college, graduating, get a 9 to 5 job, get your 402 whatever it is, K, right? And then just do that for the rest of your life. When I was 17, I was told that I was too young to be talking about multiple streams of income. Then when I turned 18, transitioning from my first company, I was told that why are people going to follow a kid, right? And then when I turned 18, I was told good luck being a female in business, being a female in the space right now. And the only response that I really had for those people was thank you so much for that motivation. Because when I hear things like that, it drives me even more. It's like, thank you for giving me a reason to prove you wrong. Thank you for giving me a reason to make sure I stand out, right? Because when people tell you guys no, you have to tell them yes. When people tell you guys you can't, you have to tell them I can. When people are giving you all of these reasons to back away, you guys just have to push a lot harder, right? Be the product of the product. If you aren't passionately using the products that we have here, the best products, okay, just to add that in, they will never move the way they're meant to. You're a brand. People want to see what you're using, how it's working for you, what results you're getting, and how it's changing your guys' daily routine. It's not about being salesy, but it's about being inspired. You can't inspire others if you're not excited for yourself, right? You have to be obsessed with the product, share your experience daily, become a walking and talking story of what is possible. What are we doing here? The most powerful sales tool, you have to use your own transformation, right? Your mental, emotional, physical, whatever it may be. You have to make sure you guys are showing up for yourself. There's a moment in everyone's business where no one is going to be clapping for you guys yet. No one is going to be messaging you yet. Your posts feel like they're getting ignored. Your inbox is a bit quiet, right? But that is where leaders are born. You have to show up, especially when no one is watching. And you guys, I will add this. People are watching because usually how it goes is people watch you your first year, right? They laugh at you. They watch you your second year. They don't say anything. They watch you your third year. They start joining. The amount of messages that I've gotten for the people who were laughing at me, they're now asking me how they can join me. That's how you build a lot of your own self-trust. And when you show up consistently for yourself, you naturally become someone other people want to follow. When your team sees you showing up, even on the days that you guys might not feel like it, you give them permission to do the exact same thing. It's duplication, right? Not just in the good way of duplication, but also in the bad way of duplication. Your energy will set the tone and your consistency will set your guys' pace, right? I want you guys to also understand that discipline over motivation any day, because let's be real, motivation will fade. There will be days when you're fired up and days you don't want to do anything. The people who succeed aren't the ones who wait to feel inspired. They're the ones who've learned the power of discipline. Discipline is, for me, the highest form of self-love, because discipline is keeping your word to yourself, right? Discipline is doing the small, boring task every single day, even when no one is watching, even when it's not fun, because that's where results live. And if you want consistency in your guys' business, you have to be consistent with your habits. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your guys' habits. Be the hardest working person in the room, okay? So there's how many people? 86 people on this call, and I promise you, there's so many people like myself, like Rupa, like some of these other leaders, Jefferson, who have failed more times than some of you guys have even tried, okay? If you want a big check, you have to do the big work ethic. You want duplication, you need to model it. You want a team that's hungry, you have to be hungrier. You want momentum, you have to create it. Don't ask your team to do what you guys are not doing post, right? Prospect, follow up, train, celebrate your team, host the events, be the example, and people will follow because the hustle is contagious. Outwork yesterday, outwork your guys' excuses, outwork your old self, outwork your uplines, outwork your leader. When my upline tells me, Arabella, you have to put in 5 more hours of work within the next week. Okay, I'm gonna put in 10. When my upline tells me, Arabella, you have to go close just 2 more people today, I'm gonna go ahead and close 4 because I know the goals I want for myself and I know I have to be the hardest working person because I want it that badly. There's so many people, and everyone, as a matter of fact, everyone wants to make money, right? But it's not just about wanting it, but it's about how badly you want it. You have to be unapologetically ambitious and also support your guys' team, right? Because there's so many people who come into this business model, affiliate marketing, traders. Culture matters. And a part of culture is supporting every single person publicly. When your team member posts, show them love, like it, share it, comment something meaningful. We rise by lifting other people. You never know what that one comment might do to their confidence, whether they're a customer or an affiliate. You never know who's watching that thinks, wow, this community is something I want to be a part of. You're not just building your business, you're building a movement. It's so much bigger than ourselves. A place where people feel seen. So, culture creator, okay, you have to cheer loud, you have to lead big. Leadership starts with you because leadership, it's not a rank, it's not a title. Leadership is something that has to be earned. Leadership is energy, right? It's ownership. You don't need someone to hand you the microphone. You go and you pick it up. You don't wait to be told what to do. You create things that need to be done. A leader, they show up, they follow through, they stay calm under pressure, they serve without ego, they model the mission, and it takes so much responsibility. But if you want to lead, be the person you wish your upline was. Lead your team with vision, lead with heart, and lead by example. Okay? People might not be in the position they want to be now, but that's okay. You still have to act as if you are in that position. You want to be the next elite ambassador. Okay, what are they doing? Do that work now because it will compound just like your trading account. It's gonna compound and it's gonna pay off for you guys later. There's gonna be those highs and lows in the business. Listen, this business is a roller coaster. We've all experienced something. You're going to have months when you feel like you're on fire, everything is working, you're growing, you feel like nothing can stop you. Then you're going to have months when everything feels like a struggle. People quit. You own doubts like creep in. Life gets messy, right? But you have to embrace the struggle. Struggles, okay? Objections, obstacles, situations. Turn those into opportunities. That's a part of the process. Business isn't linear, it's going to be seasonal. Same as success, it's not linear. Don't quit in the winter when it's cold. Spring is always going to be coming. The grass is green where you water it. okay? Your energy will go where your focus is. Learn from the losses, but don't drown in them. Your power is in your consistency through all of the seasons. I remember when I first started trading. Okay, let's talk about trading a little bit. I first started trading when I was 17 years old, and I was one of like the slowest learners. Okay, I started trading and then I gave up. I gave up for a whole year. I went all in with the network marketing, was making full-time income with the network marketing, but trading, I was just sick and tired of it. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so confusing. Like, I'm scared of the chart, right? Remember, scared money doesn't make money. I have to throw that in there. But I was so scared on the chart. When I turned 18, started growing a bigger team. I probably had maybe 100, 200, something like people under me, and I would get all of these messages like, Arabella, like, how do I learn how to trade? Arabella, like, do you even trade? And I was just thinking to myself, like, wow, I'm promoting something that I don't even use. I'm promoting another business model that I'm not really so confident in myself. Like, I need to change that, right? Being uncomfortable will force you guys to grow. So I took the uncomfortable path and I learned trading when I was 18. And I remember the first time I literally quit after like one live session because the whole time I'm having this like screen, okay, and someone's talking about trading charts and I'm staring at it with this face. I'm like, what are you even talking about? So I was like, okay, let's let's be coachable. Let's always stay a student. So I tried again, right? When I was 18, I went on the charts and just looked at it. I just observed. I jumped on a few live sessions. I just observed. And then I realized, like, I started slowly understanding it more the more I repeat it. Okay? And that's gonna be the same thing. You might not be so perfect at the start. You might want to give up, or you might have already given up, but just try again. Repetition is key. Okay? Again, you learn from those losses, but you don't need to drown in them. And also, you need to make sure you're getting in the room always. I'll say this so loudly. If there is an in-person event, you go, period. There's something powerful about getting in the room with people who are dreaming so much bigger than you. People who are doing it, living it, earning it, right? Events shift your guys' belief and they light your guys' fire. They reconnect you with your why. And more than anything, they remind you that you are not alone. Every major breakthrough in my business has came after I went to an event. Same with my people. Every single time I have someone, she's an amazing builder, okay? Like she recruits like crazy. And she went to her first event, she times two her rank. I have another person who just went to their event, was only a customer, was only a trader. They started their network marketing journey and they're flying through ranks like crazy because proximity is power. So get in the car, you guys, book your flight, share your hotel room, bring your team, and get in the room because that's where everything is going to change for you guys. And when it comes to your guys' mindset, like again, you might not be exactly where you want to be, but once your mindset gets wealthy, okay, you're thinking rich, that's when your pockets start to get wealthy and start getting rich, right? You have to make sure that you do everything and anything you can because this is the end goal. This is it for you, right? I told myself so many times like I keep pushing and pushing and pushing, but why? It's because I want it that badly for myself. There's people who come in here after a month or 2 months, they're already done. And I always question them. I'm like, why did you even start if you're not even gonna give it a shot? You have to give it your all. You have to go all in. It's something you guys probably heard so many times, right? You have to go all in, but it's a fact. If you want this to work for you guys, then you guys must be willing to put in that work. And always stay consistent as well because yes, consistency, repetition, it can get so boring, right? But boredom, that's where so much mastery is going to be for you guys. That's where so many people are actually taking the things that might not be in their season right now, but they're making something work for themselves because no matter what, they're always going to make something work. Leaders are going to come not with problems, but they're going to come with a lot of solutions, okay? And I'm not sure if I was supposed to talk about trading, but I definitely wanted to talk about trading like mindset as well, okay? Because I truly believe that these two business models can coexist so well together, okay? But what doesn't coexist is these two things. And you can drop this in the chat. I'm gonna give you guys two options right now. You can either have $1 million or you guys can have a million excuses. Go ahead and drop which one you guys want in the chat because I will tell you guys right now, those two things will not coexist towards each other. They will make sure that you guys are putting in the exact work that you want. Someone just dropped $1 million. There you go. Right? I know you guys might have these excuses, but they don't mean nothing but a thing. You have to make sure they go away and chase the goals that you want for yourself, that $1 million that you want so badly. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys a little bit about the trading side now. Okay, so now, for all of those who might not know, I trade the pair gold, okay? Or when I look at the chart, you guys know that gold can be a bit messy, right? It's a beast. It's not a pair that gives you guys easy wins. It tests a lot of your guys' discipline. It punishes your guys' hesitation and your overconfidence, okay? It doesn't care if you guys um are doing great with your day, okay? And you hoped it would happen. And that's exactly why I love trading the pair gold because it forces me to grow. You see, trading gold and really trading in general is so much more than strategy. Yes, technical patterns matter. Yes, your entries, your risk to reward, market structure matters. But what matters even more is how you show up to the charts mentally and emotionally because you can have the most perfect setup. You can have the most perfect indicators, scanners, okay, technical analysis, whatever it is. All of those things can be so perfect, but the moment that your mindset is here, when everything else is up here, you will lose in the chart. Okay, one of the biggest misconceptions people have when they start trading is thinking that it's not about beating the market. You don't beat the market, you beat yourself. You beat the fear that makes you close the trades early. You beat the greed that makes you over leverage after a winning streak. You beat the doubt that creeps in after a loss, right? Telling you you're not cut out for this. And that's why trading is one of the greatest vehicles for personal development. It holds a mirror up to your guys' mindset, your habits, your emotional triggers, and it forces you to confront them if you want to grow, right? There were times I wanted to quit. I told you guys the whole story. Times I felt stuck, but every single time I hit a wall in my trading journey, I realized the real block wasn't the market. It was my mindset, my discipline, my relationship with patience. So what I've learned and what I want you guys to really take away from this is that becoming successful as a trader isn't just about learning the setups, but it's also like how network marketing is, but it's also becoming the version of yourself who can consistently execute those setups, right? That means developing your emotional control, your focus, your clarity, your growth mindset, knowing that every loss is feedback, the humility to always stay a student, and the resilience to keep showing up. And I want you to know this, my personal mission for this space, okay? I talk about this quite often, and I actually hear so much feedback from like other ears around that aren't people in this space. They're like, why do you do what you do? It's because I want to create as many success stories as much as possible. I didn't start trading for myself at first, okay? At first, I started trading because I needed to teach my team how to trade. We didn't have products that were the best, like how Akashex is. We didn't have systems. In order for me to keep my check to stay consistent, I had to learn, I had to teach, right? So I want to see people winning not just in their trades but in your guys's confidence, in your mindset, and the belief you have in yourself, because if you can develop you, then the trading results will follow. The account will grow, yes, but so will you, right? And the growth that lasts beyond any single trade. And before I move on, okay, I also really want to show you guys like the power of being someone in the space who is wanting to make an impact, okay? Whether it's through your guys' culture, whether it's through whatever other reasons it might be for you. For me, I really wanted to really talk to the ladies that were on this call. The guys on this call, I love you so much, but this one's for the ladies, okay? Because coming into the space that is so male dominated might make you feel super intimidated. Your confidence might not be like all the way up there, right? But you guys have so much more opportunity now because you are a woman in this space. It is male dominated, but it's because we let them dominate this space, right? You have to show the ladies that it's not just what you see on social media, the over glamorized like, get a rich man thing, okay? When you can be your own rich man. You have to remember that when other people see you guys in this space right now, you're so powerful, okay? Every single person, guys included, every single person has so much potential. It's in the palm of your guys' hands, okay? But it's up to you guys to make sure you take the decision in order for you to be successful, because success isn't a feeling, okay? It's not a feeling, it's a decision, it's a commitment to become the person who deserves the outcome. This means that you guys need to stop reacting emotionally and start responding intelligently. You stop waiting on motivation and you start living with that discipline. You stop shrinking yourself to make others feel comfortable and start expanding to your to make your future real. Listen, okay? You don't have to be the most talented once again. You just need to be the one that is the most aligned, the most consistent, and the most unshakable. Because if you don't get the results, trust me, somebody else will. Somebody else who was willing enough, bold enough, right? The person who you guys are going to be coming is going to be the people that don't panic under pressure. They don't second guess when it's time to make a move. They show up, they execute, they lead with vision, or they execute the trade with confidence, right? That's who we are building here. That is what the community is all about. It's not going to be about the hype. It's going to be about the habits. It's not the motivation, it's the mindset. It's not just talk, but it's about transformation. Okay, so tonight, you guys, you have to make the decision, okay, that you're done waiting, that you're done surviving, that you're done playing below your guys' calling. What I'm about to tell you guys is something not every single person can relate to, and that's okay. Have you ever had this feeling? Okay, it's inside your mind and your body and your soul, wherever the feeling might be, where you know you're meant for more. You have the potential, but it might not be here yet. Your breakthrough is coming. Okay, we're in the right place. We have the right people to lead us, to guide us, to support us. But it's up to us to put in that work, put in those hours, okay? And from this moment, you guys need to make sure you're moving like it's already yours, because it is. Okay, what a call, you guys. But I definitely wanted to wrap it up here soon for you guys, because I know you might be on this call for a while, but I just want to end it with this, okay? Back to the business side. We keep flipping back and forth. Hopefully that's okay. The business doesn't just require commitment. or sorry, it doesn't require perfection, but it requires your guys' commitment. Same thing with your trading, okay? Let's just talk about both right now. It requires your guys' commitment. It requires you to show up when it's hard, to believe in yourself before anyone else does, to fail publicly and try again anyways, to lead even when you're still learning yourself, to hold the vision through the highs, the lows. You're not just building a business, you're not just building your guys' trading account, you're building yourself. And I want you guys to know this. You are capable, you are worthy, you are needed, okay? You have it. You just need to make sure you want it. So today you have to recommit to yourself, to your dreams, to your vision, to your team. Because the people who win aren't the ones who never fall. They're the ones who refuse to stay down. So let's go build something we're proud of, you guys, together. Thank you guys so much for having me on this call. What an honor. Okay, thank you so much, Rupa. Okay, the mic is back to you guys.
Thank you. Oh my God, girl, my hand is about to fall off from taking notes. So much wisdom, just so much experience in such little time. I'm absolutely stunned. So thank you so much for all of what you have just given us. And I really, really believe, ladies and gents, there's got to be something in there that Arabella has just dropped, that one of the speakers today has just dropped, and that's going to be the light bulb moment. And this is what calls like this do. This is what events do. It takes one word to change an entire situation. I literally cannot add anything else on top of the wisdom that she has just shared. It's still blowing my mind. But I just want to say thank you for your patience today. Thank you for your commitment, for staying on the call today. This is one that we want to do every single month. We want to give you as much, as much knowledge, as much wisdom, as much energy, as much support as we can in the networking, in the building, in every single avenue within this platform. And we're going to get different speakers every time. Ladies and gents, I'm committed if you are committed. And again, thank you for giving us all your time. Guys, start booking your Rome event. I cannot wait to meet Arabella in person in Rome now, even more, because I understand her story and I could relate to her so much. Whereas I also started networking before I started trading and I had no results and I had grown a team, and she's talking and I'm like, I see myself in you. But that gives me hope, because literally for me, Arabella is paving the path. She is paving the path for us to all follow and know that if she can do it, we can do it as well. And I cannot wait to meet with her in Rome. Thank you all so much for being on this call. I'm super excited. Anyone in your team who's missed the call, tough. No, I'm joking. Hopefully we'll get a recording out, okay? We'll get a recording out in the groups as soon as possible. Have a blessed rest of the day. It's Sunday today. Keep it productive. Write down your goals, your trading plan for the week. Stay focused and let's smash the new week. Thank you so much and take care. Have a lovely night.